hello. What's up this evening, everyone? Welcome. Fine Thursday to ya all. Good to see ya. What is up, Ranger Man? Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big soup cheer for you. Ducky Sausage, Benny Mondios, and Lucid, Jables, Big Booty, Dylan Hunter. How is everyone doing tonight? Oh, we're gonna have some fun tonight. I'm really excited for this one. This deck looks so sweet. We are continuing our exploration of Modern, and this deck is gonna be fun. I hope. I think. I finally got some Ragavans. I hadn't been able to get them. They were so ridiculously hard to get, but finally got Ragavans. So we're gonna try some Devotion to start with. Maybe try some Jund. We'll see. But we're playing Modern tonight. We're gonna have some fun with it. Hey, what's up, Psycho Magi? Tempt, good to see you. Thunder and Dyphon, G Morgan, Ducky Sausage. How are you tonight? The big news of the day is Secret Lairs. Secret Lairs, literally for days. I think 8 new Secret Lair drops, and these are going for sale in 3 days, so they're coming super sweet. So here's what's coming up. Here's super quick. We're not going to go into it super in depth, but I didn't want to go over them really quickly. So, hey, what's up, BG Stilts? How are you? Have I ever spreading LG? I don't believe that I actually have. I can't remember if we played a budget deck of it a long time ago, but if I have, it's a long time ago. So these go for sale in 3 days. You can get the super bundle or whatever, all of them together, but here are the drops. First, we have Saturday morning D&D cartoons. I honestly, how many of you knew this was a thing? How many of you knew that D&D had a cartoon? I did not know that D&D actually had a cartoon. Apparently in the 80s, there was a D&D cartoon. The big deal in this one is some of the singles. Like, the art is cool, I guess. I'm not really nostalgic for it because I have no idea about D&D cartoons. However, Primal Vigor is super expensive. It's a $45 card. You can get this one for $30, I believe. So if you need a Primal Vigor for Commander, that is a pretty good deal. Is the cartoon actually good? Yeah, I mean, I assume some people are... that was kind of my era, although I think it was even before I was, like watching TV or anything. Is it actually good? I'm kind of curious. Is it like a horrible 80s cartoon, or is it actually kind of a good one? So that's drop number 1. Drop number 2, we have the return of Mark Poole, and this is some classic art. We get 6 cards, Balance, one of my favorites. We get Birds of Paradise with the original old school art in foil. We get a Brainstorm. We get a Counterspell. We get a Howling Mine, and the big payoff, Wasteland. Wasteland also pretty expensive, I believe. I should actually double check. What is the current price of Wasteland? Current price of Wasteland, $30. So another pretty good value drop. Counterspells have went up a lot as well. So that's drop number 2. Drop number 3, I don't know who Fiona is. I guess it's like a comic book artist of some kind, but it's got some sweet art. Dryad of the Ilson Grove, very playable card, cool art. We get some Metallic Mimic, which is oddly expensive. Metallic Mimic's a card that every time I build a deck with it, and I want to put it in a budget deck, I'm shocked to find out it's way more expensive than I think it is. I think it's like $10 or something, unless it's been reprinted and I missed it. But I'm pretty sure it's like, how much is Metallic Mimic? $10? Yeah, $10.71. Captain B and Sodrak, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big soup for you. Thank you. Sakura Dry Belter with awesome art. So another sweet layer drop there. We got this one. What is this one? Oh, this is just random Enchantress stuff. Bloom Tender, kind of the big payoff of this one. Not sure who Jen Bartle is either. I think that's also a comic book artist. We get the Praetors. This is a big one. You can get the Praetors. I was actually kind of surprised about this. I thought they were going to be super expensive. Jeff Boyardee, Raven Board, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big soup for you. Thank you. I thought the Praetors were going to be way overpriced. I was thinking they were going to sell them for $100. You can get the Praetors for normal price, which is insane. Like, that is an absurd deal. Every one of the Praetors, $39.99 for foil or $29.99 for non-foil. A single like Vorinclex is worth way more than this. So if you want to get one of these just for value, it's probably going to be that. Then we got 4 Mother of Runes. I don't know. It's cool to have Rebecca Gay art back, but I don't know what you're going to do with For Mother of Rudes. I think this selection is sort of weird. And then we have these Moxen-looking old bordered signets, which I like old border signets. We've never had signets in old border, and I would definitely play old border signets. There's 2 drops, 5 at each drop, so that's the secret layers that are coming up. What do y'all think? Are you going to be picking up secret layers? Is it worth it? Is it worth it? We're not want to know already. I know some people just honestly do not like secret layers, period, and do not buy any of them, which I think that's reasonable. If that's where you were at personally, and that's your personal, like, code or morals, then don't pick them up. I don't think there's anything wrong with picking them up. I don't pick up many of them. I do once in a while. Praetors seem like a slam dunk. That's how I look at them. I think Praetors is just like a slam dunk for anyone value-wise. And then there's a couple where if you want Primal Vigor, that's a good deal. If you want a Bloom Tender, then that drops a good deal. And then the rest of them, it's kind of like, if you like the art, it's sweet. So the signets do look amazing. It's gonna be interesting to see how much they end up costing. Like, because signets themselves are pretty cheap, because they've been reprinted a million times, but these are probably going to be like the most in demand of the signets. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. Those are going on sale in a couple of days. The big news for tonight is it is time to Ragavad. This is one of the cards that we haven't got to play. And Ragavad, it is ridiculously expensive. I really hope it comes down, because this would almost be like a budget deck if it wasn't so absurdly expensive, Ragavad itself. But we're starting with Mono Red Devotion, and then we might do some Junding, possibly, maybe, depending on how Mono Red Devotion goes. But Wasteland's another one that I would really like. I might have to pick up the Wasteland drop just to get a couple Wastelands, because I need Wastelands for Commander decks. What do you think will Judge Promo Elish Norn drop? I don't expect Elish Norn to drop a ton, I don't think. I think that what is going to make the promo Elish Norn valuable is, I mean, it might go down a little bit, but I think that it's still going to be considered scarce and still considered the most in demand. So I don't think that it's going to crush the value on it. But when are we going to see Naban alongside Harmonic Prodigy? Yeah, we gotta try some Wizards. Naban Harmonicon with a Harmonic Prodigy seems like it'd be super fun. But how much is Ragavan right now? That is a good question. Ragavan, and then we'll do our reminders. Then we'll talk about this deck. Then we'll start magicking. Then we can talk secret layers or what we're doing this weekend. Whatever y'all want to talk about as we go along. Ragavan is $60 in paper, $96 on Magic Online. Thankfully, I was finally able to borrow them. I didn't have to buy them, but why is a black-green pathway if there's only red cards? Ooh, we will talk about that in just a minute. It's a sneaky idea. But anyway, reminders, and then we'll talk about the deck. Replay YouTube, that's where you'd find all the old screams, including this one in the future. Naban Prodigy, Yarok, and Panharmonicon. Panharmonicon Tribal, just put them all in there, and it would be sweet. You'd have to find room for some EDB stuff, but if you can resolve a single thing with all 4, oh my goodness, it'd be so sweet. Painless Quill for the 10th month. Welcome back to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super cheer for you. Normal YouTube, we had a double against the odds this week. I know we played Squirrel Tribal yesterday, so here's what happened. We usually do 1 against odds. I think this is the first time we've ever had 2 against odds in the week. So last week, Chatterfang won the poll, and okay, I want your opinion on this. If you voted for Chatterfang, were you voting for Chatterfang in a deck, or were you voting for Squirrel Tribal? I'm genuinely curious, because I assumed that people were probably voting for Squirrel Tribal, because, yeah, it's the Squirrel General. So I assumed that it was, like, kind of a vote for Squirrel Tribal. Yeah, that's what I figured. So we did Squirrels, and Squirrels were okay, but then I also, like, kind of stumbled into this crazy Coco token deck, and that deck was so ridiculous. Will you be revisiting your token combo deck? Yeah, we definitely will do some more token comboing, because, oh man, Lannis with Academy Manufacturer is super addicting. It is just absolutely ridiculous, but that's why there's 2 against odds. I wanted to do Squirrels to make sure I met expectations, and plus I wanted to see if Squirrel Tribal could work, and it didn't really. Like, it can win on occasion, but we need more Squirrels, and then we also got to do Coco, so 2 against the odds. They removed the Moto codes from this drop. Oh, I totally missed that. That actually is a big bummer. A reminder that our sponsor tonight is Card Kingdom. And if you need some magical cards, maybe some Modern Horizon cards, or a Spellstutter Sprite, or a Karthus, or a Wheel and Deal, you can get them all at cardkingdom.com. Even get a free MTG Goldfish sticker. Let them know you want one. They'll hook you up. They're super cool like that. So thank you to Card Kingdom for supporting the show. Otherwise, merch page. Clean out Richard's garage. Pick up a playmat or something. Good way to support the stream and the channel and the site. Donations. Always appreciated. Never required. $2 or more gets your message right on stream. Long nap for the 26th month. Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Do you think Cheddar Scorn can get banned out of Pauper? Almost certainly. I would be absolutely shocked if it didn't get banned. Yeah, the Token Coco deck was super fun to play. We'll do some version of that. I don't know if it has to be full 4 colors, but I think some version of that can be really good. So what are we starting with tonight? The Chemist! Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super cheer for you. I've been having a blast playing Modern. I'm glad you've been enjoying it as well. So, alright, so what are we starting with tonight? This is Mono Red Devotion. What is the idea of this deck? Well, we are a Nykthos deck. Nykthos can make a bunch of mana. What are we casting with our Nykthos? The main idea, our big payoff, sounds really janky, but it's actually kind of funny. We have Fanatic of Mogus, which happens to be a shaman. When it enters the battlefield, it deals damage to each opponent equal to our devotion to red. We have a ton of double mana symbols and even triple mana symbol cards. So this could easily be dealing 8 damage, 10 damage. And then we have Harmonic Prodigy, which happens to double up triggers from Shaman. So if we double up a Fanatic Amogus, it probably just wins the game. We even have Torbrand to make it even more powerful. We have Seasoned Pyromancer, also a trick with Harmonic Prodigy. We have Birdie Tree Emissary. So we're not a Shaman tribal deck, but we have a bunch of Shaman synergies in the deck to support the Mono Red Devotion plan. And that's kind of the main goal. Like, that's how we're winning the game mostly, is Fanatic Amogus, Panharmonicon up by Harmonic Prodigy. So that's the plan. That's the goal. We have a new donation, Shasha Dreadful, $2 donation. Hey Seth, I finally changed my legal gender marker and to celebrate, I'm calling in sick to catch this stream. Well, Sasha Dreadful, congratulations. Enjoy the night off. That is amazing. So good to have you. Thank you. And I appreciate the donation too. Someone asked about the mana. So here is the idea of the mana. One of our key cards is Ragavan. Ragavan is really big in this deck. Ragavan ramps us into Blood Moons on turn number 2, or Seasoned Pyromancer on turn number 2. We got more Blood Moons in the sideboard. But all of these pathways, we need the white ones because of Wear Tear. The other ones are so we can cast our Ragavan cards. Remember Ragavan, when it hits our opponent, we get to steal their top card of their deck like Robber of the Rich. The difference is Ragavan doesn't take and fix the mana. So we actually have to have the right mana, colors of mana to cast it. The treasure helps, but the idea is maybe we steal some bomby green creature that we can't actually cast, a double green creature or something. We can use our pathways, put them on green, Blood Moon them later, and actually cast the cards we steal with Ragavan. So that's deck number 1. Deck number 2 may be Judd, but let's do some devotioning. Oh my goodness, we played the longest game of Commander Clash today. Oh my goodness. It was so long. If you want devotion, what about Leyline? Ooh. I wonder, do you think Leyline's worth it? Maybe Leyline's worth it. What is the best red Leyline? Is there a red Leyline that actually does something? Is there a red Leyline that actually does something with our deck? Leyline of Combustion. Whenever you, or at least one permanent you control, becomes a target of a spell that where ability opponent controls, deals 2 damage to that player. Leyline of Lightning. When you cast a spell, you can pay 1 to deal 1 damage. Players can't gain life. Damage can't be prevented. I mean, I guess the closest to being good would probably be Leyline of Combustion. What would we be cutting for Leyline of Combustion? That's the other question. Should we, do you want Leylines? Is it worth it? Is Urza Saga good in this deck? I would say probably not. Punishment is good against Heliod. That's true, it is good against Heliod. Yeah, Combustion could be fine. I guess if I was going to add a Leyline, it would probably be Combustion. find Nassif's list. Let's just try it. Let's just try it, and we'll go from there. So this comes from someone that called Raging Tilt Monster, 5-0'd with it, and then Nassif must have picked it up and done some stuff with it too. Let's start with this, and then we'll see. Shatter Skull can be cut. Maybe Combustion's good. I mean, the free devotion is nice. Like, that is an upside, just having extra red mana symbols on the battlefield. I don't know, like, the weird thing about this deck is... it doesn't... We don't really have a ton of big things. Is this Gab's list or your own brew? I think it all goes back to someone who 5-0'd called Raging Tilt Monster. That's where I saw Mono Red Devotion, and then apparently Nassif has been playing it as well. I saw him tweeting about it on Twitter, but I think it goes back to someone called Raging Tilt Monster. So this I took the Raging Tilt Monster 5-0 list and made a few changes to it. Banefire would be interesting. Hey, what's up, Devin? How are you? Good to see you. How did Gab do with Mono Red Devotion? Did it actually work for him? I really want to play Roiling Vortex, Suspend, and Spell Queller in the same deck. You're like, ooh, that is kind of a cute idea. Mostly a free-to-play player returning to Arena. What would you recommend me spending my gold on packs or Historic Anthology 5? Ooh. Arami... So I guess the question is, do you play Historic a lot? I would say that if you play a ton of Historic, then Historic Anthology might be okay. But if you're playing mostly Standard, I would definitely go with packs. And even if you play a bunch of Historic, you might be better off, unless there's specific cards that you want, just getting packs over Anthologies. I think the Anthologies are good if you're going to build cards around those decks. But really, the most recent Anthology, it has some good cards in it, but you also are paying for a lot of, like, Praetors that don't really see competitive play, so, street mode achieved. Ooh. Well, this hand is actually kind of interesting. Huh. Land. Harmonic Prodigy. Double. 2, 4, 5. You know what? We're going to keep this. I mean, we'll probably get hit by interaction or something, but this hand can do some things if we don't get super disrupted. And we even have the Nykthos. I wonder if this deck... Hey, what's up, Dogabith? Good to see ya. Bobble. Yeah, the arena economy could certainly be much more generous. I really want to make Thrasto work. I haven't figured out how to make Thrasto work yet. Well, Mountain, no. Thrasto would be sweet. I wanna have a turn 2 Thrasto deck, but it's just so... I started messing around with it a little bit. It's just so inconsistent. Yes, Harmonic Prodigy does double up burn opponent. Opponent, hater of fun. Yeah, it does double up Burning Tree since it's a shaman. And Minotaur, that's our big finish. The off-color pathways are to help cast Ragavan cards. Because Ragavan doesn't fix the mana the way a lot of other cards do. You actually have to have the right colors of mana. I made a modified 8-whack with Chatterstorm. Ooh. Well, we will... Let's see. Pathway on red. Harmonic Prodigy. Go. All right. No interaction. Just let us play some stuff about it, please. Chatterstorm. Yeah, let me see number. Squirrel Whack. An opponent, of course, more removal. Yeah, that was kind of my first thought, is that if Chatterstorm was going to work in Modern, it would probably involve some sort of Whack style deck. That looks like a pretty sweet deck. I think the biggest... and a Stoneforge opponent. Got it all. Dargan Mayor, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super for you. Thank you. Hmm. Well. Uh. Hmm. So does this mean we have to kill the Stoneforge so we don't get Cauldron? Probably. Well, kill the Stoneforge. Play the Pathway. I mean, is it even worth running out Burning Tree? What's Burning Tree gonna do? I mean, I guess we can run it out. Play Burning Tree for no value. Pass the turn. I mean, Cauldron's just busted if your Stoneforge lives, basically. If your Stoneforge lives, it's just a ridiculously fast clock. Standard's in really bad shape, and we are getting a D&D set that doesn't hype Standard. Oh my goodness, alright. Yeah, this might be tough. Opponent just has so much interaction. We're going to need a Chandra or something. Because our opponent is just killing and thought seizing all of our... Oh my goodness. Alright. Alright. We need a Chandra. We need something that generates card advantage. Something. Wow. Alright. Removal spell number 20. Can we draw a real card? No. It's a mountain. Nykthos, go. Well, our opponent might have officially gained control of this one. Yeah, Standard... Alright, another Tide Hallow Sculler. It'll be interesting to see if the D&D set does anything. I think, from what I've heard, and also from how I'm feeling, is most people seem to be waiting for rotation, more or less. And I think that makes sense. Unfortunately, rotation does not... Oh, we could have killed... Oh my goodness, I'm an idiot. Yeah, it was slightly less... Whoa! Oh, what in the world? Wow. Okay. Well, we won't concede. Something went very wrong there. Huh. Why? Yeah, alright. Why did it cast to X1? Alright, well, that was weird. Opponent goes to combat. Attacks. Well, we draw more lands. Yeah, that... We didn't do anything. We did literally nothing that entire game, which is kind of annoying. Huh. Yeah, we just, like, flooded out and did quite literally nothing. Did we even cast a... Did we even cast a spell that entire game? I'm not sure that we did. Yeah, so that's kind of the tough thing with Standard, is Standard is just... Standard is just waiting for rotation, and rotation's still a long ways away. We've talked about this before, but, well, okay. We just didn't have any card draw. I think that was the problem last game. We're probably going to get hit by a million discard spells. Can we keep... Well, I mean, we got to keep it. We can't not keep it, but... The red ley line looks great now. I mean, would it have... I mean, it would have dealt some damage. Would it have mattered? I don't actually know if it would have mattered. But it would have dealt some a random amount of damage. Opponent, Thoughtseize. Yeah, maybe this would be a good Leyland of Combustion matchup. That's probably true. I don't know if it would have mattered last game. Like, I think they can just take the two and they'd be at a life total where they would still just win. Well, play a Pathway. Pass the turn. Opponent seems to be setting up a Tide Hallow Sculler. What was the Calder question? Do you think that Calder decks will force Shattering Blow into sideboards as a shatter of choice? I will have to look up Shattering Blow. Shattering Blow, maybe. I mean, I think that the most effective way to deal with it is just dealing with the Stoneforge. If you kill the Stoneforge, the Cauldron gets stuck in hand. So I think that's the probably the best way to go about it, but well, play the land. Season Pyromancer. Do some discarding. This is a much more reasonable hand. We actually have some card draw this time, which seems like a big deal. But yeah, exiling it does seem sweet. It's not, it's just a little narrow. What other artifact hate is there that exiles? Oh my god. Alright, Stoneforge Tribal. Well, I mean, we do have another answer, so we will be able to deal with it. We're not gonna get Cauldron yet. That is when it gets scary, is when they just keep drawing Stoneforges. Opponent passes. Well, untapped. Burning Tree Emissary. Make some mana. Nykthos. Cast a Fury. Kill your Stoneforge. We have a new donation from Lucid. That actually felt pretty good. That is some explosiveness. Imagine if we also had Harmonicon Prodigy. New donation from Lucid, $20 donation. Hey Seth, tomorrow's my birthday, and I'm reminiscing about the last year as well as all their videos. This is still my favorite moment of you. Well, Lucid, thank you for the massive donation, and thank you for the, oh no, damn, indeed. Thank you for the donation. Definitely appreciate it, and happy birthday. Favorite moment of the year. Well, would you like to pay 2 to attack for 1? Blood Crypt. Opponent. Combat. Attacks. Sure. Pays. Okay, mutagenic growth, yeah. Yuck. Seriously. That's what's happening. What? That one was pretty good. I forgot all about that one. Thank you for the reminder. Yeah, that was a ridiculous blowout. Tag it up, Hedgeo and Chandra, pass the turn. Yeah, it made sense that they wanted to pay the 2. And it worked out for them. Opponent. Down to 12. Can we find a way to close it out? Yeah, what a blowout. What a hand for our opponent. Oh, what was the original video link? Oh, thank you again for the donation, Lucid, and happy birthday. Well, that is a video link about it. Thinking things over. So, has anyone gotten Modern Horizons 2? I don't know, but the Bone Crusher begging to be played might help. Oh, we lose our Pyromancer. That's not great. Yeah, I mean, Bone Crusher will come down eventually. We really need this draw 2 from Season Pyromancer. Well, Chandra. Kill Tidehallow Sculler, hopefully. Alright. Get back our Pyromancer. Land. Pyromancer draws some cards. Ooh. Alright, next turn we can Blood Moon. Hopefully. About it. Fatal Push. Man, this deck has so much disruption. So has anyone actually cracked open boxes yet? Alright, opponent has a Batter Skull. Sure. I'll take up Chandra for mana. Play Sinka. Ivan, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big soup for you. Thank you. Open a full box. Getting ready to draft some. Ooh, yeah, drafting sounds super fun. I've only got to do a couple, but they've been super fun. Corrected pre-release pack. Ended up with coffers and Hierarch. That's a solid pre-release pack. Ooh, good luck, Neapolitan. My girlfriend and I each bought a pre-release and a set box. Yeah, I think set boxes are, unless you're gonna splurge on collector boosters, I think the set ones are the way to go. Is Blood Moon even worth it? It shuts down Castle Lockwayne. It pinches our opponent's mana a little bit. Well, let's play a new Chandra. Keep the new Chandra. Kill the Batter Skull. Bone Crusher. Pass the turn. Yeah, draft boxers are actually more expensive than set boxes right now, which is kind of ridiculous. Opponent gets down. They actually really got to 7 mana for Kaldra, which I guess means we lose? Like, how do we beat this? We don't. Opponent. And then they get to put batter. Yeah, we're dead. There's no 0%er. Ragavan. Well, maybe Ragavan can hit something. So I guess we dash Ragavan. Go attacking. I don't know if I've ever seen anyone hardcast a Kaldra before. Get in, hit ya. We get a bobble. We'll play the bobble. Crack it. See what's on the top of our deck. It's a land. Yeah. Yeah, that just does it. That does it. Well, that was disappointing. Fatal Push doesn't actually... Kaldra is... That's why Kaldra sees play, even though it's highly inconsistent. It is First Strike, Haste, Indestructible, Trample, and it is indestructible. So, basically, it's Path to Exile. It's basically, you have Path to Exile, or you win before it comes down. That might be the first time Combustion would do it. Wait. What would Combustion do? You have one more turn to hit a Prismatic Ending. We don't have Prismatic Ending though. That's not a card in our deck. Dismember, yeah. Dismember would get it. Path to Exile. I guess there are Vapor Snag. You could bounce the Gerb. So there are some things, but it gets around a huge percentage of the heavily played removal, including Artifact Destruction. Yeah, that is... the Clock of Kaldra is why it sees play, even though it gets stuck in your hand and is a whiff a lot of the time. Crack Bobble to see if they had a path for next turn for Ragavan. At that point, I don't think it really matters because they're going to gain 9. So even if... Because they get to put Batter Skull on the Kaldra. So even if we happen to, stumble into a path, I think at that point it's too late. Yeah... Leyline of Punishment would have prevented Lifelink. That's true. I'm not sure that Leyline of Punishment is relevant in enough matchups. I think that would be my concern with playing Leyline of Punishment. The noblest of hierarchs. I don't know, maybe, if we end up rebuilding the deck and playing more matches, maybe we just throw the ley lines in and see what happens. I think my worry would be that I would be afraid that we would just run out of cards too quickly. And that it's not like we have some big refuel type draw that we can hit. So I'd be worried that we've had hands where we'd have 20 mana And we'd be playing, you know, Ragavan or Burning Tree Emissary or whatever, something that doesn't really do a whole lot. That would be my concern with going like 8 ley lines, but it would allow for explosive starts. I just don't know if Mono Red has the card advantage to keep up with it. Opponent has the Thought Knot Seer. Alright. Well, I mean, opponent was on the play and they had the Eldrazi Temple. Yeah, red has some pretty sketchy ley lines. Are there any decks built around Voidwalker? I mean, Voidwalker shows up in quite a few decks that just have discard essentially. I mean, I guess we play Ragavan. Play Nykthos. Pass the turn. Mr. Fickles, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much. Wow, is this Reality Smasher 2? Is this just the Dream Eldrazi winner curve? About it. That's not an Eldrazi. Although that does probably beat us. Opponent goes attack. Wow. What a fast draw for our opponent. Jeez. Well, this is a case where I don't think any ley lines would have made a difference. Chandra, kill a questing beast. Pass the turn, I guess. Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super over here. Thank you. Oh, good God. Well. So far, so not good for Mono Red Devotion. Good Lord. Good Lord. Well, bring in more Blood Moons. Jeez, that was a blowout. Silver Fox, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super tier for you. Thank you. Someone mentioned Leyline Combustion. I was so hyped when it came out. Felt like it would do 6 damage each game for free. Yeah, no Trinisphere. Yeah, I mean, we got a lot of cheap spells, which makes Trinisphere a little bit sketchier. Mono Red Prison with Ragavan could be interesting. I just wonder how inconsistent it would be. But that Ragavan is technically a way to get to turn 2 Blood Moon, which is sweet. Voidmere. Our opponent's playing almost all colored mana, so I don't think that Voidmere would do much. Remember, it doesn't stop just colorless spells. It stops specifically things that are only cast with colored mana. Or without colored mana, if that makes sense. Colorless mana. So you can still cast colorless spells as long as a single forest is used. Then you're good. It's good against colorless Eldrazi Tron decks. Not very good against colored Eldrazi Tron style decks or Eldrazi decks. We do have Mogus for days. Unfortunately, Eldrazi Temple. Eldrazi. Oh boy, we need this Blood Moon. Can we draw land? Please, Magic Gods. Opponent, Eldrazi Temple. It would be a huge draw. Land, please. Ragavan. Ragavan is certainly not a land. Well, this gets us a treasure. Unfortunately, this means Thought Knot Seer gets to come down and take our Blood Moon. Boy. Yeah. It's too slow of a land. We need to land this turn for Blood Moon to stop these shenanigans. But, yeah. Turn too late. Well, we will Season Pyromancer. Discard and... Actually, discard and discard. Pathway on red. Ragavan. Go. Wow, that Blood Moon would have won us the game if we could have got it down. Voidmere seems more targeted against vintage shops. I think the main purpose of it in Modern is Cascade, really. I think that's what it does best. Another Ancient Stirrings for our opponent. Hey Seth, I've been working on an Esper Stoneforge Grief Soul Herder deck. Ooh. That sounds sweet. Yeah, I mean, the Grief Ephemerate synergy is super strong, and Ephemerate also works well with Soul Herder. That looks pretty spicy. I think the hard part is going to be having enough black cards. Like, that's kind of the sticking point. It's so sweet. The challenge is just making sure you have enough grief cards to do the turn one combos. About it. Passing. Well, we untap. Annex. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're close to being able to Fanatic Amogus. Not quite there yet. Yeah, that is a challenge. I really like the idea of the deck, though. What do we do? Yeah, but that only gives us 5 mana, so we're still only playing one thing. So, that's what I was thinking, too. Like, that's a cool line. If we could play multiple things. Well, yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we'd only have 5 mana, right? I think we gotta wait until we can do multiple things to do that. Let's just, I guess, Annex. Pass the turn. Pinba! Welcome to the Fishbowl. First time sub, thank you for your subscription. Big soup to you. Thank you. Oh, Bodent. What Metal Gear Solid is my favorite? Oh my goodness. I haven't played I've never really played a ton of Metal Gear Solids. I don't even know which one is the best. Yeah, it is kind of cute. Get to make a Annex token. It is pretty good defense here. And I mean, we are getting to the point, slowly, where Nykthos is going to make mana, where Fanatic Amogus is going to be a lot of damage. So we're getting there. It's just going a little slower than we'd like. Opponent. Eldritch Evolution. Huh, okay, that's interesting. Yeah, Blood Moon would have been so good. Alright, opponent gets to get a... Solitude to go after Annex. Okay. And a Noble Hierarch. About it. Passes. Well, untap. Well, that's a good enough reason to Fury. So Fury, exile Fanatic Amogus. Kill the Thought-Knot Seer. Add mana before it dies. Chandra. Wait, what does this do? When it enters the battlefield, deals damage equal to its power to target creature. All right, take up for mana. Yearling. I mean, that was a pretty good turn. Kill the Solitude. I mean, that was a very good turn. Go attacking. Hit ya for a bunch. Pony had a bunch of Eldrazi. We did get through them. The Uba Ninja. Yeah, 5-color Coco is super, super, super sweet. Opponent loses a Noble Hierarch. Welcome to the Fishbowl Uba Ninja. Thank you for your subscription. Big super chat for you. The deck, that was with 3 lands. So you can see the explosive things that it has potential of doing. Yeah, I mean, I feel like if you don't have enough weight spells to evoke this, I wonder... I don't know about the plan of Eldritch Evolutioning into it. Maybe that's good enough. Fury seems great when you're low on lands and high on red cards in hand. Yeah, and Nykthos, a little extra synergy. Like, being able to cast it for free to make Nykthos mana was really big there. The Tony Mac. Do you think Diamond Lion might be able to do something with Underworld Breach, Heartless Summoning, and Lightning Greaves? And opponent scoops it up. Okay, so you can win with Mono Red Devotion. I mean, that sounds like a fun against the odds decks, Tony Mac. Welcome to the Fishbowl, by the way. Thank you for your subscription. Big super chat for you. Thank you. I think, so the idea would be what? Diamond Lion, Underworld Breach, Heartless Summoning, Lightning Greaves. I mean, I could see the infinite mana-iness of the combo, which is cool. It is a lot of pieces. I think that would probably be my immediate concern, that maybe that's just too many pieces to really be competitive, but it sounds like a fun thing to do for like an against odds episode. Made a deck for you to annoy Tomer with on Commander Clash. Do you pay the 1 tribal? Tomer is not a fan of pay the 1 effects. Oh, I might have to try that sometime just to annoy him. That looks hilarious. All right. Is it Ragavad's time to show how good it is? What a amazing Magic card it is supposed to be. We got to see the monkey power. So far we have not seen the monkey go off. It's been okay, but we haven't really seen it be great. Is it worth its absurd price tag? This might be Ragavan's chance to prove its worth. Yeah, Katiki's actually insane against Affinity. It's stuff like Katiki's, Tony Silence. I think it is, again, at least in the conversation for sideboard slots, because there are a lot of Affinity decks right now. Wow, this turn could be explosive if it goes well. Opponent. Matter Reshaper. Okay. Well, Sunbait Canyon. Burning Tree Emissary. Make a mana. Bolt a Matter Reshaper. Hit you with Ragavan. Get a treasure. Ooh, these Blood Moons could be good. Blood Moon shutting down our opponent's colorless sources is actually pretty big. Steal a Matter Reshaper. Pass the turn. Oh, all right. That was good Ragavad. Please do all against the odds as leagues. It's interesting to see Jank going against increasingly more legit decks. Huh. Okay. So I think there's upside and downsides to leagues. With one of them being you tend to run into the same matchups, and it's harder to control that. Because a league is kind of a whole story. And it's really weird if you don't tell the whole story. But with 1v1 matchups, when you play, Esper Control for the 3rd time in a row, you can just be like, oh, like, I know what this is. I concede. So that's one of the things I like about playing not leagues. 1, 2, 3. Well, let's go attacking. See what we hit. Go to combat. Attack ya. Ragavan. Ooh, gets an Eldrazi Displacer. Wow, that we could actually cast because we have random white mana. Is that better than casting a Blood Moon, I wonder? Blood Moon seems so good. Ooh, do we Blood Moon? Ragavan is the #1 right now. Oh, it's probably still just Blood Moon. Blood Moon seems... Cutting off their colorless mana seems really big. Displacer Bouncing Birdie Tree is kind of cute. Yeah, but we don't have... We have a total of 5 mana. Yeah, but Nykthos only activates for 3 and it costs 3. Yeah, I think we got a Blood Moon. I think we do. Our opponent's deck is built around playing colorless threats and making it so they can't Thought-Knot Seer, so they can't Reality Smasher, so they can't Mana Reshaper. That cuts off most of their best cards. I think it's we gotta go for it. Because now what's our opponent going to do? Play Questing Beast and random green stuff? Hey Seth, I finally finished the cube. With this one site, you're able to get packs and custom... to open packs here of packs of custom card cube. Oh, awesome. Opponent, more Eldrazi Displacers. Sure. Well, play the land. Play Torbran. Go attacking. Okay. That's a good monkey. Trading up, opponent down to 10. That was a very good Ragavan game. Oh, the cube. Oh, wait, is this the cube that has custom cards? Oh, sweet. Have you played with it at all yet? Hey, what's up, Ice Cream Lesbian? How are you? Do you find the monkey to be worth selling a car to acquire? It's good. I don't know if it's quite car good. Rent payment, I don't know. When it comes down to it, I think I would rather, have a vehicle and a home than have a place at a Ragavan, but it's close. It's close. Oh, that's super cool, Greenwig. That's really sweet. Opponent staring down the Blood Moon, looking a bit sad. Tapping their red mana. And oh. Explosives on 3, I guess, sort of gives the opponent a shot. I'll go to combat. Attack you. Down to 2. I don't even know if it gives him much of a shot, does it? Because we get to Flame Tongue Yearling. Kick it. Kill the Hierarch. And even if our opponent sweeps a board, I think they're still just dying. Like, play your Thought-Knot Seer. Blood Moon did its job. We just got too many threats. Pass the turn. Start playing with Arena in 2018, but a few pre-release kits for Modern Horizons 2. If I sell my single big dollar cards, can get into a real modern deck for around $250. I like creature mid-range decks. Any thoughts? Ooh, well, everything's kind of in flux right now because of Modern Horizons 2, but there are a lot of creaturey mid-range decks. There's Stoneblade decks, there's Jund and Abzan, Grief Style, Blink Shell, Soul Herder, so there actually are a ridiculous number of options. So, I mean, I really like Modern. Modern is my favorite format, so I would encourage it, personally. Well, just to make sure there's no shenanigans, let's make some mana. We have a new donation from Play a Blood Moon. Make sure there's no Path to Exile shenanigans. And then play a Fury. And go attacking. New donation from Dryce. $10 donation. I just taught my last day of COVID-riddled year. Nice to have a stream to kick off the summer. Ooh. How did it go, Dryce? Thank you so much for the donation. Opponent has a Solitude to get rid of their... Wow. 2-for-1 themselves. Pitching a Path Deck. Oh, I see. That's fine. Well, attack. And opponent still dead. I think... What if they exiled their own Reality Smasher? I don't know about Evoke in that deck. I do not think our opponent has enough white cards. How are they... Or, I don't know about Solitude in that deck. Yeah, this was a wild year. We actually... As of what? Yesterday? 2 days ago. I think it was 2 days ago. Well, apparently it's the end of COVID in New York. We're back to normal. I mean, obviously, it's not as simple as that, but like 70% of people vaccinated, so they got rid of all the restrictions and everything's open, and it's back to normal. They did a bunch of fireworks and stuff, so it's kind of encouraging after a very over a year, a very long year of quarantines and all that stuff. So Jaw Warble, welcome to Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super over you. Thank you. What is my latest Enchantress list? Yeah, let me see if I can. I haven't made any changes since the one that we 5-0'd with on stream. I think. Wait, is this the right one? No, that's not the right one. That is a Enchantress list. That's the one we didn't like. Oh, here's the... I think this is the one that we did like. New York's still been in lockdown. It hasn't been in lockdown, but there have been a lot of restrictions on... So it was in lockdown for a while. And then there have been restrictions on, like, the number of people at gatherings, wearing masks. There was still a bunch of COVID-related restrictions and rules, but as of Tuesday, I think it was Tuesday, it was announced that all the restrictions are lifted. Do you have an Esper Stoneblade deck you played on stream handy? Ooh. Yeah, I should be able to find that one too. That deck we've actually been on kind of a heater since we started playing Modern Horizons. So what do you think about the D&D set? We're like just over a week away from spoilers. Is there any hope? That it's going to shake up Standard? Or are we really just waiting for rotation? Is there any chance? Like, I would think that being a crossover, they're going to want the cards to be good. And the cards they've released so far, I mean, they do look reasonable. They don't look bad. Wily Goblin Saw play. Positive Creeper is an upgrade. Power Word Kill. Good removal spell. Same with Portable Hole. Time At is interesting. Like, these prices, don't ignore the prices. Those prices are TCD player being wonky, but I don't know. Do you think there's any chance? I really hope it does, but I don't know if I have that much faith, honestly. At this point, I'm just off Standard until Eldrazi rotate. Yeah, that's I think how a lot of people are. For better or worse. All right. Well, there's good news and bad news, opponent. The good news is you played a lot of things. The bad news is we're going to play a pathway. Wow, this Fury is going to save us here. Our one Fury. I might have to take back all the bad things I said about Fury, because this is going to be absurd. Oh my god. Yeah, Fury. We will exile our extra Raga. This might just be game. This might be turn 1 Fury kill. Yeah, let's do it like that. Basically a mind twist. Play Ragavan. Woo! That was a good one. That was a really good one. That was wow. Maybe we just want more Furies. Fury was ridiculous there. We just undid our opponent's entire hand. So good. Did you see Wizards just cut $750K from the world's prize pool? So I saw that on Twitter. Is there a source for that? I saw. Yeah, that was the turn one. That was turn 1 Fury win. I didn't know that was a possibility, but that was it. Is there a source on that? I didn't. So I saw a tweet about it, but I was trying to find, like, so here's the article. I didn't see where it talked about prizes being cut, though, unless I'm sure I'm just missing it. Like, I didn't see anything about money in this article, so I was wondering if there was, like, something else I was missing, because I saw a couple people tweeting about prizes being cut, but maybe. Oh, is it just this with the $250,000? Huh. Yeah, that's. I was supposed to be $1 million, right? I mean, that is super scummy. I mean, we talk about this all the time. I would be more understanding about a lot of these things if Wizards wasn't filthy, filthy rich. It's kind of like when they talk about raising taxes on, like, the ultra wealthy. They talk about raising taxes on the ultra wealthy, and then you'll always have some rich hedge fund manager or something who has, like, the sob story about, like, whatever, like, how it's gonna make their life so much harder, and you're like, well, yeah, like, sure, I see what you're saying, but it would be a lot easier for me to empathize with you and maybe even agree with you if I didn't know you didn't have $1 billion. And that's what it comes down to, I think, a lot for me with this stuff with Wizards, when it's like, oh, like, sure, yeah, like, I know it's been COVID and it's been a tough year, but you made $1 billion and you keep having your CEO go out and talk about how you're making billions of dollars and how it's, like, the greatest thing ever, and you're just rolling in the Scrooge McDuck pod. So yeah, it's if Wizards was struggling and they said, hey, look, everyone, when we planned Worlds 2 years ago, COVID wasn't a thing. It absolutely wrecked our business. I'm very sorry. We hope to make this up to you in the future, but we're going to have to cut back the prize pool. I think people would be fine with that. I think they would. Like, some people would still feel bad, but I would be fine with that. On the other hand, you just can't go out every quarterly report and talk about how profits are up, 15% year over year, and it's the greatest year ever, and the best-selling set. Wow, we ended our Fury again. And the best-selling set ever, and then be cutting prizes like that. So, yeah. Yeah. Oh, opponent playing around the Fury. Oh, really playing around the Fury. Okay, yeah. Wow, and passes. Okay. Well, let's just play a Shatter Skull Smashing. I don't think we want to Fury a single Memnite here. No, Watsy's got the Scrooge McDuck pod. Or, I guess it's not a pod. Swimming pool, whatever. Vault. The pathways are to allow us to cast our Ragavan cards a little more consistently. Because Ragavan, other than the treasure, doesn't fix the mana. Plus, they're all going to be mountains eventually anyway, so not a ton of downside. Opponent. Ooh, cranial plating. Alright. Well, play a mountain. Pass the turn. Gonna have to start chewing our way through these welding jars, apparently. Honestly, I'm beginning to think Fury's intended to be hard cast, and Evoke is just a side option. Yeah, it could very... Ooh. Ink Moth. Maybe we should have kept the Blood Moons in. That's actually a... That is actually a concern. Yeah, our opponent... They had the great hand last game, and it didn't work. This game, they have a very slow hand, but it's got a lot of welding jars. I'm surprised that it doesn't have flash, especially since Pyrohemia, is that the card it's modeled after? The red card from the original Force of Will cycle is an instant, so it's another pathway. Well, let's see if we can cast a Shatter Skull Smashing without punting. Shatter Skull Smashing. The problem is this Ink Moth, which we do not currently have an answer to. Wow, this thing. The most resilient Memnite of all time. The pathways are for Ragavan, although we do have Wear Tear in the deck, so the white pathway actually does something. Pyrokinesis, that's what it is. Yeah, I mean, Fury doesn't do much different than the Smashing. The big concern is this Ink Moth, honestly. This Ink Moth is a really fast clock. Like, 2-turn clock. Like, wow, they're not going for it. Okay. That's good. That's good. We need to draw a way to kill Cranial Plating at least. We've finally gotten through... Oh, another mountain. Oh... I don't know what to do here. The Ink Moth is a concern, a big one. We can Fury kill this, but then that just forces our opponent to kill us with Ink Moth. Any changes you make to the Squirrel Twin list if you went non-budget? I think going into a second color for some stuff like Thoughtseize to protect the combo could be... I think that would be the main direction I would head. I don't play a land. I mean, Chandra's just going to die, though, right? We Chandra take down and it dies. And then that still probably gets our opponent to Ink Moth. Like, I almost think we want our opponent attacking us with Memnite. But... Chandra. Kill a Memnite. Because this is just going to make our opponent Ink Moth. And Ink Moth kills us quicker than anything else. Hey, what's up, Lazarus? How are you? Good to see you, good to see you. Ooh, Omnath Tribal. Yeah, that would be a fun against the odds. Oh, MHU is so much fun, fantastic, sir. Yeah, I've been having so much fun playing Modern. I mean, blue for counter spells is a... I think that's another reasonable option. Wow, they are not interested in going on the Ink Moth plan. Well, good. Wonderful. I don't know. Did our opponent forget that they have... We should be dead by now, I think. Alright, they fire up the Ink Moth. I am thrilled that they are not ink mothing us to death. Gonna kill the Chandra. Hit us. Down to 7. Well, play Burning Tree Emissary. Add some mana. Play Nykthos. Fury. Kill the Ornithopter. Come on! Shatterstorm, Wear Tear, Shattering Spree, something. Yeah, I don't know. They could have two-shot us by now, but we'll take it. We'll take it. I wonder if Mind Collapse will ever... Ooh, that's a good one. I wonder if Mind Collapse will ever see Modern play. I think that it could in the right deck. I mean, the problem is it doesn't go face. And the most obvious homes for it would be like some sort of Prowess or Blitz deck, which would really want it to go face. But I still think that it could see play as maybe a sideboard card in those decks. All right, Artifact Destruction, or we're dead. Pathway, number 20. Yeah. Well, maybe we leave in Blood Moon. Hey, what's up, Monster CC? How are you? Love the 5-color ATO Coco deck. That deck was beautiful. Yeah, that deck did some really sweet things. Really, really sweet things. I really like that deck a lot. We'll definitely play some version of it again. I'm sure it can be tuned a little bit more, but wow. It does some things. It looks so janky. I love how janky it looks, but then it actually just like wins. It looks so janky, but then all the pieces come together way more powerfully than they look for sure. Cut the Fanatics for Moon. I feel like we want the Fanatics to win. Like Blood Moon, I guess we can bring in a couple. I feel like it's hit or miss. We have a bunch of Artifact Destruction. We can deal with our creatures. It's just that Inkmoth in specific. We didn't draw Lightning Bolt. We didn't draw a Shattering Spree. Yeah. I don't know. I think it maybe was just unfortunate more than anything. If only Smokestack was legal and playable in Modern, that would be interesting. I mean, we got Braids now. Braids is Smokestack adjacent at least. And Nykthos is sweet. Aww. Oh. Everything we want except the lands. Well, okay. Several things we want. And lands. Well, we'll keep. Put a Prodigy to the bottom. Well, go Ragavan. Prove to us your monkey power. Lango. Yeah, Death Cloud seems like the kind of home where Braids could be really good. Enchantress is actually super powerful. Do you think that a double exile a card from your hand effect could be used to make a more powerful free spell like a Wrath? Yeah, I think that would be a possibility. Although I don't know. I still think that free spells are, in general, risky and probably should not be super common. Oh, wow, we exiled Urza Saga. That's sweet. Well, play a Pathway on red. Harmonic Prodigy. Go. Alright, opponent. Gonna need more than the Springleaf Drum. If there was something I've learned from playing Magic a few years ago, it's something is free, powerful, the community will always find a way to utilize it. Yeah, the other lesson that I learned over the last few years is, and maybe I should have already known it, but if it comes back from the graveyard, the community will find a way to use it. Arclight Phoenix, when Arclight Phoenix came out, I was kind of, man, that doesn't seem that good. And then Arclight Phoenix, of course, ended up being insane. So really, if it can come back from the graveyard for cheap or free, it's probably going to be really good to Broken. Prodigy is actually pretty synergistic in the deck. We're not a Shaman deck, but we do have a lot of Shamans in the deck. Master of Ethereum. Oh. Oh, this could be a good turn. So, Lightning Bolt, Master of Ethereum. Trigger Prowess. Go to combat. Attack you. Ragavan. Ragavan can snowball a bit. Get us some mana. Steal a nothingness. Yearling. Kill your Memnite. Yeah, so we have a couple of cards in specific that work really well with Harmonic Prodigy that I think are enough that it's hopefully probably worth it. So our big finisher is Fanatic Amogus, which happens to be a shaman. We have Seasoned Pyromancer, which is a shaman, and then Burning Tree Emissary is a shaman. Plus, I don't know, it's a reasonable enough to drop, I guess. So a little bit lighter on synergies than like the shaman deck we played, but hopefully enough to still make it good. And I mean, it's a red mana symbol on the battlefield. Ooh, Mystic Forge. Probably gonna have to kill that. The pizza oven can go off. Opponent passes. Well, we will wear away Mystic Forge. Trigger Prowess. Go to combat. Attack you. Steal another land. Yeah, pass the turn. Yeah, there's no core set. I think that's something. The Magic calendar's so busy now. We have so many secret layers. We have so many Masters sets and so forth that it's hard to keep up on everything. But I think that something that has not been talked about enough is a loss of the core set. Because I don't know if you remember this. I don't know how long you all have been playing, but when the core set went away, that kind of coincided with Standard getting a lot worse because we didn't have access to hate cards that we needed to make the format function. And then Wizards brought it back after a few years. I'm actually like a little nervous about that. I'm excited for the D&D set because I think it's a cool idea, but I am honestly a bit nervous about not having access to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I am a bit nervous about not having any core set. Hey Seth, did you have great experience with Ragavan? I tried him out in 2 Modern Leagues, and the monkey was meh. Might have been the matchups though. It's been fine. It's been reasonable. I don't know if it's been. We should win, right? Play this. It's been very good this game, but it's not always very good. All right, so kill you. Wait, why is it? That's so weird. So I do this. Oh, wow. This is different than I remember it. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Thought Monitor. Trigger Prowess. Go to combat. And Mono Red Devotion. It's getting there. Hit ya. And bolt ya. And who? That was a good Ragavan game. That was Ragavan actually really kind of going off there. I thought you had to like do it at the side. I didn't realize it's like Arena now where you have to click on the creatures, but maybe I'm just an idiot and haven't cast a Expo splits damage in a while. I mean, it only still lands, but the treasures were really big. Like that extra mana each turn was actually pretty helpful. I think that was pretty essential. Ragavan being a mana dork that can shock your opponent is how you should be using him. Yeah, I think that's kind of what it is. Like the treasure is the payoff, and then if you ever steal a card, then that's the icing on the cake. That's the gravy or whatever. What do you think about this Signet Secret Lair? I think it's super cool. I also think it's super cool. I think they look a little bit oddly like Moxen, but Old Border signets are super sweet. Those are the signets I would play in my paper commander deck, so I might have to get them just for that. We have a new donation from Znoo, $2 donation. Hey, it's not a huge donation, but I've been watching your videos for years, and you always bring me a smile. Well, Znoo, big or small, it is all super helpful. So thank you so much, and I appreciate the kind words too. Ooh, 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 ooh. Okay, okay. What are we putting to the bottom? Ooh. So turn 1 Ragavan. Turn 2 Harmonic. Yeah, let's just put Burning Tree to the bottom for now. Alright, what are you up to, opponent? Control? Looks like control. Well, land and Ragavan. Go. I don't know if Ragavan is quite the replacement for Simian Spirit Guide that I wanted, but it's better than nothing, at least. Opponent, Olive Fountain. Well, we're going to get in the Ragavan hit. Play a land, go to combat, smack ya. Steal a Fatal Push. Well, Harmonic Prodigy, go. We haven't cast a single card off Ragavan. I know, it's ridiculously expensive. I'm hoping that maybe the prices come down as the set is open, because right now it is honestly pretty absurd. Well, go to combat. Attack. Archmage Charm on Ragavan. Well, go attacking. Seasoned Pyromancer. Make some dorks. Seasoned Pyromancer. Pass the double Seasoned Pyromancer is kind of sweet. Hey, what's up, Flame? How are you? Good to see ya. Good to see ya. Good to see ya. Opponent. Jace the Mind Sculptor. Better than all, of course. And passes. Now, play Nykthos. Chandra. JP the Pirate and a post scoops it up for the 7th month. Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super cheer for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Wow, that was a fast scoop, but that was pretty reasonable. I remember reading Mythic's player reviews for Urza Saga. 87% of the comments were talking about it being trash. Oh, I don't know. That was a card. If anything, I was maybe too high on it. I will credit your sub, JP. Perfect timing to scare the Jace out of there. Now let's bring in the Blood Moons, I guess. Bring in the Blood Moons. Go down. Maybe the Yearlings? Yeah, I guess Fury's okay. This doesn't hit planeswalkers, right? Creature. Actually, Chain Whirler's worse. Yeah, we'll have to try. So, what do you think after seeing some games with this deck? Do you think we want ley lines? Do you think that ley lines would improve the deck? I mean, Chain Whirler is okay in some matchups. It also has 3 red mana symbols, which is nice. Ooh, well, we're gonna keep. I think. Are we? Let's mulligan. Alright, we will keep this. We will put a Birding Tree Emissary to the bottom. Well, this hand's definitely medium. Ley line's not worth it. Yes, yes. I wish there were better red ley lines. Yeah, if they were more powerful, like if there was a red ley line of Sanctity or something, that would be sweet. How's the Bilebud treat us? Well, we're 2-1. We've done some pretty sweet things with it. It seems pretty good. In the defense of, well, I mean, I mess up as many spoilers as anyone, so in defense of myself and everyone else, it's really hard to judge Magic cards during spoiler season. Like, without playing them, it's already hard, and it's triply hard during spoiler season because a lot of times, hey, what's up, Necro Nexus? Have a good night. I'll see you next week for the next stream. But not only is it's hard naturally because you haven't got a chance to play with the cards, but it's doubly hard because a lot of times cards from the set synergize together, and like you don't know what's going to be coming up the next day in spoiler season, so it's very difficult to see. Oko is maybe the best example of this. You see Oko, and you don't even know what food is. And you're just like, no, I don't know. Like, how am I supposed to evaluate this? So everyone takes like a lot of people take like a middle of the road, like, it's a 3-mana planeswalker, take on it. And then it ends up being super busted, but yeah, it's definitely very, I would say, very difficult. Play Annex. The pathways they're kind of a free roll for the most part, and they're for potentially helping cast Ragavan cards. I thought Endurance is the worst of the Evoke Mythic cycle. Boy, was I wrong. Yeah. I liked Endurance. I thought that Fury was the worst, and maybe it still is, but it has been pretty good during our matches tonight, honestly. Alright, Kaya's Guile. Removal spell 1 of God knows. Opponent Ops. I would do a Lantern stream. I like Lantern. I think Lantern is a cool deck. I don't know if I'd want it to be tier 1 again, but I do enjoy Lantern control. Well, get in with the Satyr. Hit ya. Opponent takes it. Play Nykthos. Play Chandra. Opponent. Oh, no counter. I'll take it up. Aw. Alright, hit you to 16. Well, getting down Chandra is good news. Opponent pump fakes. Snapcaster for Opt. Alright. Opponents, they're fighting the good fight, but we do got a Chandra down. Merfolk? New Evoke tier list. I actually don't know if the tier list would be that much different. Fury has been better than I gave it credit for, but I also don't know if that moves it up the rankings at all. If that makes sense. Because it still might be the bottom of the rankings, but it is better than I thought. It's not horrible, but I still would probably put it at the bottom of the pile. And Grief, I think, would still be at the top. Pretty much for sure. Well, play a land. Lightning Bolt Fairy. Take up Chandra. Lightning Bolt to Fairy. Season Pyromancer. Draw some cards. Harmonic Prodigy. Go to combat. Hit ya. Well, Teferi down. It has been dealt with. Uh-oh. Alright. Kills the Pyromancer. Oh, we really want this Chandra to live. That's our card draw. Opponent. As we are playing around, a quick reminder that our sponsor tonight is Card Kingdom. And if you need some Magic cards, you can get them over at cardkingdom.com. Ugh. Yeah, this is tough. So we lose our Chandra, and now I'm not 100% certain how we get back in this game. Control seems like it's probably a pretty bad matchup for this deck. Opponent, Hallowed Fountain, untapped. And... oh, is this another big Planeswalker? I mean, if this is another big Planeswalker, we're probably just going to scoop. Oh, geez, Kaya's Guile. More lands. Well, get in for one. We have not tried any ley lines. I don't know, we might try them in our, if we do another league, just for fun. I don't know. I don't know if they'd be good or not. I feel like, so on one hand, they add free devotion, which is nice. That is an upside. On the other hand, one of the ways the deck seems to lose is just by running out of cards and being out-card advantaged by other decks. And I'm worried that dumping a bunch of ley lines into play might make that problem worse. Oh, geez. More Teferis. Oh, opponent. Draws a card. Passes. Come on. Big draw to go with the Harmonic Prodigy. Come on. Come on. Lightning Bolt. Well, go to combat. Attack to Fairy. Opponent blocks. 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 Alright. Well, this does mean Teferi remains alive, which is real bad. Opponent. Taking up Teferi. Into an opt. Burgie? Burgie could be kind of fun. Vindicate. I mean, it might also just be the matchups. Like, we're playing against a deck that is designed to draw a million cards, so it might just be that, of course, we're going to fall behind against Esper Control, because if you don't kill them fast, this is what they do. So that's the other possibility. About it. Untap some lands. Oh, Burning Tree. The deck, this is where the deck feels so bad. Like, it's just got a lot of bad top decks in the late game, but I mean, I guess it's turn 9, and we're hopefully not going until turn 9, ideally. But Burning Tree on turn 9 is just like, ugh. It's so bad. Yeah, I don't know if we get enough cards in the graveyard for Ox of Agonis. Do you really want to see Amulet or Titan Band? Wait. Did I say that I wanted to see Amulet or Titan Band? I said that I like the Urza's Saga I like that Urza Saga powers up decks like Affinity and Lantern, which were like non-existent. Having those become somewhat real decks again, I think is really sweet and good for Modern. The thing I don't like about Urza Saga is it also is powering up decks like Amulet, which I think is a negative because Amulet's already like, Amulet's already like one of the best decks, if not the best deck in the format, and it just doesn't need to. It doesn't need to be better. So I think that's kind of the issue. I mean, I do think that Amulet Titan is arguably it has been on the fence of being too good for a long time, and it's just Regaved's just gonna die. It's been on the fence of being too good for a long time, and it seems to have gotten even better thanks to yeah, let's opt. Yeah, we'll keep an Annex. Play Harmonicon Prodigy. And it seems to have gotten way better thanks to Urza Saga. Nesmith, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big soups here for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, I think it's tough. The other side of it is, I feel like Primeval Titan consistently has proven its strength. I feel like Primeval Titan is a card that ends up breaking a lot of other cards. Like, would Field of the Dead be broken if it wasn't for Primeval Titan? It would be good, but would it be broken? I don't know. Nesmith for the 54th month. I've heard, wait, 54 months is a lot, I've heard. I don't know if it's a good idea or simply crazy, but I feel like 8-rack, 12-rack with Urza Saga got a lot better with MH2. The aforementioned Urza Saga, Braids, Grief, maybe even 2-rack. Yeah, I think that is true, Nesmith. I think it did get a lot better. That would be another fun deck to revisit at some point. Well, let's play Annex past the turn. We've gotten off to a bit faster of a start, at least. I mean, of course, we lost our Ragavan, which isn't great, but we got threats. We're forcing our opponent to do something, at least. I feel like, so here's, hey, what's up, Pete-ski? How are you? Good to see you. I'm doing well. So here's the question, is Primeval Titan at all like Birthing Pod? Remember when they banned Birthing Pod? One of the things they said was, basically, Birthing Pod makes it hard for us to print creatures because it's so good at tutoring them up. So every time we print a creature, we got to be thinking, well, is Birthing Pod going to break this? So it limits the design space for printing different kinds of creatures. Does Primeval Titan do that for lands? Like, does Primeval Titan make it so Wizards can't print a bunch of cool lands because it's just so consistent at tutoring them up? Opponent. Kaya's Guile. Well, this could be an interesting turn. We'll sack Annex. We get a Dork. Burning Tree. Double triggers. That lets us Fanatic of Mogus. Double triggers. Go to combat. Attack you. I mean, we're close. We're super. Opponent needs like a heart. They need a Wrath. They need a Dam. They got to dam us right now. Please, no? About it. Come on. Just die. Land. Pass. Ooh. Passes. Well, we will go to combat. We will attack you. Can we close it out against a control deck? I feel like opponent cracks. If they cryptic, we're going to go for it. It's an island. Cryptic. Well, we will make a mana. Bolt your face. Stomp your face. Kill your face? Oh, it's working! Yes! Okay, the kids are eating. The kids are eating with Mono Red Devotion. After we got absolutely blown out in round 1, the decks actually worked pretty well. It's actually really come together and it worked pretty well. How about an update of Norn the Wary Impact Tremors Genesis Chamber? Ooh, that would be a fun one to update. Yeah, what old budget decks, or against odds decks, or Much Brew, it doesn't really matter. Are there any other old decks that you really want to see updated? Norn could be a cool one to update. Is there a way to see the deck list? Yes! Exclamation point deck will bring you to the deck list. Oh, geez, Din of the Fire, and I forgot about that one. Wow, it's an old against odds. Hey, Seth, how did you like your depiction in the Mono Red song? Oh, I thought that was so good. It was so good. Like, even, I thought my depiction was fine, but the video was really well done. Huh. On the draw. No, on the play. Bolt. Torbrand. I don't know about Torbrand in this deck. Torbrand seems sketchy. Yeah, alright, we'll keep it. Chandra is good if we can get to it. Ooh, Mono Black Infect. That's another old one. Mono Black Devotion. Yeah, I really like Mono Black Devotion. So why is Primetime legal but Mox Opal banned? I mean, I think that's a fair question. Yeah, exclamation point deck will bring up the deck. Just a good-natured rib that a lot of the buzz on Reddit will say you're not good at Magic, when in fact the average person is much worse than you. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I don't take offense to things, honestly. I thought the video was super funny. Oh no. Oh, whew. Oh, you probably should have bolted that. I actually think, and this might just be my ego or whatever, but I actually think I'm better at Magic than I'm given credit for. maybe that's just my ego, but I like to play fun decks. But I think when I actually play decks that are competitive, we actually win quite a bit. Thoughtseize. 1 mana acceleration. Hey, what's up, brand new? Good to see you. Good to see you. How are you tonight? Gonna need a seasoned Pyromancer, I think, now that our Chandra is gone. I don't think that Torbrand's gonna get there. Was our opponent Junding us? I think they are. Rakdos, okay. I mean, ooh, Death Shadow. When it comes down to it, it doesn't. I really don't care what. I really don't care a whole lot what other people think about my magic skills, really, because I'm happy with what I'm doing and I enjoy it. So that's I think the most important thing. Daughter went out of nowhere with Torbrand last night, comboed with Fire Emancipation, Repercussion, and Chain Whirler. Ooh, that sounds sweet, Doug. Yeah, Torbrand could be a really brutal commander. Really, really, really. Oh, well, thank you, Therapy for Narwhals. Rejuke stream Jund today. It was so fun. Makes me want to buy another couple of lilies so badly. Yeah, Jund is on my list to get to. MH2 Jund, and we'll see. We'll see if maybe Modern Horizons 2 can bring it back. This is going to go real badly here. Fatal Push. And here's the thing. I think with either Jund or Abzan, I was thinking about playing. There was a Siege Rhino list that 5-0'd. The thing is, when it comes down to it, it's 5-0ing because it's 5-0ing because it's a Grief Ephemerate list. So I don't know, like, Does that count? Is that Siege Rhino Abzan, or is it a Grief Ephemerate list? Opponent down to 9. Oh boy. Jeez. Yes. That didn't. That was. This deck doesn't seem to have a lot of middle ground. It's either we absolutely blow our opponent out, or the deck does literally the least I ever have seen a deck do. Nothing in between at all. It's either full on like worst thing ever, or full on absolutely blow you out, and it's amazing. Well, we'll bring in some more Blood Moons. Maybe that'll work. Yeah, this deck does not have a lot of... I mean, so it's got the Seasoned Pyromancer. It's got Chandra, but it doesn't have a ton of filtering. So if you don't hit one of those cards, ugh. You get stuck in games like that where you just draw like 10 lands, and what do you do? Yeah, I was thinking about playing it because I like Siege Rhino decks, and Siege Rhino Ephemerate's kind of cute. But I figured try to give it a. Well, we don't have all the lands. I guess this is fine. Definitely playing Shatter Skull Smashing first, because if it gets Thoughtseize, we can't really play Magic. Harmonic Prodigy into Burning Tree, maybe that's something. Yeah, Faithless Looting would be sweet. Faithless Looting's one of those cards that it's kind of like Urza Saga. It's kind of like exactly like we were just talking about with Urza Saga. I like Faithless Looting's ability to power up lower tier decks. That's something that Faithless Looting did really well, and I put a lot of value on. On the other hand, I dislike that Faithless Looting also just makes whatever, Dredge or Hogak or whatever miserable best deck in the format way better too. If there was a way that only certain decks could play it or something, that would actually be really sweet. But it doesn't work that way in Magic. Yeah, Careful Study might be a pretty good middle ground. Oh, Pathway. Harmonic Prodigy. Go. Opponent, drawing some cards, doing some channeling. Goyf doesn't do anything. I generally believe the card has no place anymore. Is Goyf really that bad? Like, does it really have no place? I don't think it's great, but I don't know if I would say it has no place. We'll play some Rhinos in the near future. I don't know about 34 Rhinos, but... Hey, what's up, Warlord? Good to see ya. Do I buy 4 of every Mythic release? Thankfully, Magic Online has loan programs, so I have a decent collection, because I was playing Moto even before I started doing Magic content or anything. So I have a decent collection of older cards, but for newer cards, like the Ragavant's like $400 a playset on Moto. It's ridiculous. So thankfully, when it comes to that, can just use the loan programs to get them. Whoa! If you want a horror story, today it's 119 Fahrenheit. It's posted 122, 123 this weekend. Comfy weather. Good God. Where... Wait, so if we play Burning Tree... Yeah, let's play Burning Tree. Where are you at? That is ridiculously warm weather. So Burning Tree gives us 5 mana. Blood Moon. Triggers Prowess. Harmonic Prodigy. Hit ya. Alright. Well, come on, Fnatic Amogus. Fnatic Amogus, huge draw. And we got the Blood Moon down. An opponent cannot beat the Blood Moon. Scoops it up. Voidwalker, not good enough. We could get a 4-1. We could get another 4-1. It's possible. If we can win this round, that's another 4-1. Live in Mexico, border with California. Whew. At least it's probably... Is it dry heat then? I think one thing I've noticed is, yeah, it's been pretty hot in upstate New York. Today hasn't been that bad, but like last week, we had a lot of 90-degree days, which is pretty hot for upstate New York. Um, but it's humid sometimes. That's what gets me. I don't mind, like, when we go to GP Vegas and we go out in the desert. Vegas is, I don't even know, 110 all the time or something absurd because you're, like, right out in the desert. I can deal with that. Like, that doesn't bother me that much. On the other hand, oh my goodness, like Florida or even like upstate New York, we get these really humid hot days. And I could deal with 110 dry heat way better than like 90, but like 80% humidity or something. It's just miserable. Feels like you're breathing the, I don't know. You're like breathing the water out of the air or something. Yeah, I don't think I could. I don't think I could live in Florida honestly, just for that reason. Like, I don't think I would enjoy it, or I just like stay inside in the air conditioning all the time, which doesn't sound doesn't sound that optimal anyway. But yeah, I don't think I could do it. Well, maybe we keep the yearlings. Well, I think what we want, Ragavan Hitcha into Blood Moon, win, win, win. How do you feel about snow, say 250, 300 inches per year? Whoa, where are you at? That's a lot of snow. I mean, I live in upstate New York. I live in one of the snowiest areas in the country, but I think we get like 100 inches of snow or something a year. Where do you live where you get a oh, so you're gonna get killed. Where do you live where you get 250, 300 inches? That's insane. Like Alaska or something? Oh. Kanawha Peninsula of Michigan. That's even worse than around here. Yeah. I mean, I actually don't snow is one of those things that you get used to. Like being from upstate New York and living in snowy areas and being used to it. Whatever. Like sure, like sometimes it kind of sucks, especially if it's a huge blizzard or whatever, but doesn't really bother me. I don't really mind. I actually don't mind the cold that much. Like it's annoying when you got to like shovel it or when the roads are really bad for driving, but just coldness in general isn't really a big deal. Opponent, tap land out of 15, try to get to the Death Shadows. Scourge of the Skyclaves. Okay. Well, we untap. How can we kill a Scourge? So this, our opponent can hit our face, make this a 5/5. I want to season Pyromancer. How risky is it? How risky is it? Are you saying the cold didn't bother you anyway, Elsa? I don't think I've ever seen that movie, honestly. Oh, I'm afraid it's gonna go wrong. Like Fury and Stomp, that puts us way down on cards. Although I guess we're gonna be able to refuel. Maybe it is worth it. Yeah, let's play the land. Fury. Well, no, they're a Lurus deck too. You know what? Let's just play through it for now. Season Pyromancer. Discard, discard. I mean, ideally we just kill our opponent. That would be the best solution to the Scourge of the Skyclave. Player removal, sometimes easier than creature removal. Opponent, Pete Land. Goes attacking. Well, we will block with an Elemental. Opponent. 2 cards in hand. Oh, no! Every Scourge of the Skyclave. Well, in that case, we will have to Lightning Bolt Scourge of the Skyclave. Yeah. But then we play Nykthos. Stomp it. They're just so big. So big. Go to combat. Hit ya. Down to 13. And then Loris is going to get him back. Can we find a way to close this out? I don't know if we can. Opponent. Oh, it's going to be close. This is going to be close. Wait, what are we getting? What are we getting punted for, Dyphon? The pathways are for playing Ragavan cards. Opponent passes. Well, Scourge of the Skyclave is based... Oh, come on now. Yeah, that is an issue. An issue and a half, I will say. Three Scourges! Yeah, it's based on the highest life total. So since we were at 15, it was going to be a 5-5 even if they ping themselves. But yeah, this is not great. Yeah, this is the kind of draw our deck is going to really struggle with. We're a red deck, so we don't really have hard removal, and our opponents just... They drew 3 Scourges of the Skyclaves. Oh, the kids might be stuck with a little snack. Yeah, Scourgetron. Tough Tron. Especially for mono red. If we were playing like black and had fatal pushes and path exiles, whatever. But for mono red, that is not especially beatable. Voidwalker. About it. Oh! Alright. Top deck's dismember. So we have to jump. Wow. Wow. Yeah, that's... Oh, you know what would have been good? You know what would have been good in a previous lifetime before we were losing to 3 Scourge of the Skyclaves? Yeah, there's no... Yeah. Ugh. Well, how do you beat a board full of 10/10s with a mono red deck? So the good news is we finished with a 3-2, which is fine. The bad news is it felt like the matches were either unbelievably good or unbelievably bad. Like the 2 matches we lost did not feel even... Like, how do we ever beat Death Shadow? Like, I don't know if our deck ever beats Death Shadow. We get 8 treasure chests from this one, 10 play points, which, I mean, that's fine. That's fine. 10 play points better than 5. Huh. This deck is interesting. So the one thing people have asked about the most is playing ley lines. We can try some ley lines. Let's get a few ley lines and just try it and see. Why are modern decks $1,000 right now? It is an expensive time. I mean, we got a lot of new cards, I think, is part of it. Ragavan Prison. Yeah, Ragavan Prison would be fun to try at some point. Could have drawn another Bolt. I mean, our opponent was at 10, right? I don't think. I mean, even two bolts. Two bolts doesn't do anything, does it? You know what beats Death Shadow? A 1/1 for 4 red that when it gets dealt damage, it deals damage to an opponent. I mean, that's a. Wow. Well, they not even have lane lines? Alright. Well, apparently lane lines do not exist on the internet at the moment. Yeah, I think. I mean, stuffing out would be hilarious. The only problem is 5 mana. We will probably often just be dead before we even get to the point of casting it. But yeah, is there any more card draw? Have you seen Blue Green Landless Twiddlestorm deck? I have. I mean, I know Twiddlestorm. I don't think I've seen Landless Twiddlestorm. Is it actually a deck with no lands? The other question is, how do we fit ley lines in this deck? Like, what would we cut to put in? So we can probably go down Chain Whirler. Torbrand did not feel especially powerful. Is Annex even good? Fury was really good when it was good. It beat Affinity by itself. So, it's good matchups, it's really good. In other matchups, not as good. Yeah, Yellow has 5-0 list. I mean, that's pretty similar. Wow, you cutting even more card draw. I am skeptical. I am skeptical of that plan. So not playing any Furies, only playing 2 Chandras. I mean, could try it. I would be very worried. Like, it felt like one thing that I struggled with was just running out of cards. It's got all this like explosiveness when it gets a good draw, but then it just runs out of cards. I feel like we were like begging to draw Chandras a lot of the time. We can try that build though. I guess it's only 3 ley lines. I don't think. I guess Torbrand gets better if you have ley line because ley line deals damage. MDFC lands Lotus Field, Abundant Harvest into field every time. Oh, that's kind of a cute idea. Huh. Do you think adding a single free to the real into your Chandra deck would be worth it, even with the Sterling Grove? So should we try? I don't know about this. Let's try some games with Gab's build and see what happens. Let's give it a go. Let's give it a go and see. Let's give it a shot. Apparently Gab went 5-0 with it. Yeah, I mean you could play one freed from the real. It would be fun. It'd be fun to have the combo in the deck. I don't know if it's like I don't know how necessary it is in the build that we played. I think building a deck around the combo is pretty interesting. But I feel like if I was going to build a deck around the combo, I would probably want like 4 of the combo pieces and really be going all in on it. Well, maybe we'll have the poor draw or pro draw. Yeah, pathways are just kind of a free roll. Reforge the Soul. Reforge the Soul could be interesting. It would be a way to potentially refuel. Although I don't really like letting our opponents refuel. Yeah, pathways. This is one of the scenarios where pathways are actually like awesome because they're just mountains. They're just mountains. But the one in every 1,000 games that we need to play one on green so we can cast a Ragavan card, we can do it or whatever. But there's just like almost no drawback. It's very close to like literally no drawback. Like, we're the Blood Moon deck. The Blood Moon us turn into mountain, sure, like that doesn't do anything to us. We have enough mountains that you path us or Field of Ruin us, we can get our mountains. So they're just kind of like very free rolly. The upside is also very, very, very slight. Like, the odds that we're gonna want to put one on green and like cast a green card with Ragavan is very, very tiny, but it's just like the opportunity cost is almost non-existent. Hey, what's up, David? Going well, how are you? Experimental Frenzy. Experimental Frenzy is cool. Only has one mana symbol. Let's give it another go. I mean, Experimental Frenzy could be the not cast from your hand drawback might be a deal breaker. That is one of the issues. Yeah, we got a lot of card draw effects, or some card draw effect. Well, we're gonna get to see if Leyline's good right away. Well, we got Ragavan, we got a Leyline, we got a Nykthos. What other sources of red card advantage are there? Light up the stage could work. We're not super aggressive. It probably gets better with Leyline and Combustion, maybe. Maybe Leyline and Combustion's just the truth. I mean, we did have that the very first game we played and lost. We just got like Thoughtseize, kill your thing, Thoughtseize. Our opponent would have taken a bunch of damage. Robber of the Rich. Oh, alright. Affinity style deck. We don't have our Fury anymore. Fury was our unbeatable secret tech for this matchup. Maybe just play what about the discard a land cascade thing? Memnite for our opponent. Well, there goes Ragavan's fun. Play a pathway. Burning Tree Emissary. Pass the turn. Ugh, this is where Ragavan looks so bad. Our opponent just plays a Memnite and it's just stonewalled. Oh, boat it. Yeah, Blade Historian. I do like the amount of mana symbols it adds. Vault Scourge. And passes. I don't play a Nykthos. How much mana? Can we just kill both of these? I think we can. Well, Shatterskull Smashing's looking good. Kill you, kill you. Out of here. Maybe we're just like the Affinity Assassins. Smash them. Ragavan. Give us that treasure. Give us some card draw. And that's a Leyline. That's a Leyline play. Like, I think the Leyline was essential there. We have hit so many lands with Ragavan. So many lands. Would it be strong if it had actual haste instead of dash? I think if it had actual haste, it would be the best one drop ever printed in red. Like, by far. Not even close. Like, I think it would be... Like, then you have Goblin Guide with very minimal drawback that also draws you cards and also ramps you. Yeah, I think that would be busted. I think that would be a little busted. Especially considering if it had haste, you would just... I think if you win the die roll, you would probably win the game with aggro, wouldn't you? Because you could just, like, play it. You could play it, and you could... Well, let's crack this. Oh, we're kind of going off, I think. Sack the treasure. Wow, look at this. This is turn 4. This is turn 4. Ragavad, Chandra, Leyline. Oh. Steal land of a Frogmite. Okay, hit ya. Boat it. But yeah, I mean, imagine if it had haste and did everything that it actually did. Oh my goodness. You just win the die roll, you play it, you attack, you get the treasure, you play another 1-drop. I don't know how anyone beats that. that would be insane. Potent, plating. Found a Sojourner's Companion. Well, opponent is getting to the snowball part of the game, but it's probably just too late because Chandra can kill the salamander, and then we can deal a lot of damage. I mean, so far I have been impressed with how little my 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. That's the dream. That's a Fnatic Amogus. Maybe Leyline is actually huge. Ooh, Fnatic. That we didn't do that once in our entire first league, not a single time. Keen, no. Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big soup over here. Thank you. Did you realize this is a good Velka Expiration could be sweet. Did you realize this is a good little life lesson now that we got artifact lands? Did you know, chat, and be honest, let me ask you the question then. If you play a Blood Moon and one of the new artifacts lands are on the battlefield, is it still an artifact? Do you know the answer to that question? This is actually probably a bad Leyline matchup. They don't target our stuff. Like they're playing an affinity deck that looks a lot like our budget Magic would. Yeah, you are. It looks like you were mostly right. It's not the most intuitive, I didn't think, but it is still an artifact, even through Blood Moon. Yeah, that's something that I didn't. When I first started playing Blood Moon, that struck me really wrong. I was like, of course it's a mountain. Why would it still be an artifact? But it's like a super type instead of a type or something. Some weird Magic technicalities. So yeah, it still is, which is worth keeping in mind, which is part of why we're taking out Blood Moon. If Blood Moon would turn the artifact lands into non-artifacts, it would be great, because it would shut off all their affinity stuff. But since it's still an artifact, it's actually not very good. Oh, you want a very... Let's see if you get this one right. So, let's say you have an Ave Progenitor Ooze, the new Ooze Storm creature. Let's say you got one of those. You cast a couple spells, and let's say you have a doubling season on the battlefield. You cast your Ave. Does doubling season give you more token copies? That is the question. Does doubling season give you more token copies of Ave Progenitor Mimic? Nah, we got Ragavan. And double wear tear sweet. This is the literal least intuitive, for me, current ruling in all of Magic. It does not work with any token doubling stuff. I may have built an entire commander deck around the concept of doubling season Ave, only to learn after casting my commander with doubling season on the battlefield that it indeed does not work. I actually think that they should. I actually think that ruling is wrong. That rule is wrong, and that they should change it. I feel like if they could take and get rid of Shroud, because it's not intuitive, and change it into hexproof, I think that they should change how that works, because I think intuitively, when it says make a token copy of this, and then you read doubling season, I think it's like super intuitive that it should work, but it doesn't. No, it's some weird thing with how they decided to make this copy a spell work. Like, if it says copies become tokens, the tokens aren't created, they just became. So it wouldn't technically trigger doubling season because doubling season says when a token's created or some very weird thing. But I don't think it's very intuitive. That's my maybe. At the same time, it's also possible that it's intuitive to all of you, and you're laughing at me and thinking, "Well, you're an idiot." Of course, everyone knows that works that way. No, they didn't retcon Shroud, but they got rid of Shroud. They stopped making Shroud and started making Hexproof instead of Shroud. And when asked about why, Mark Rosewater basically said because it wasn't intuitive and new players played it like Hexproof anyway. So like it wasn't intuitive that you couldn't target your own stuff and that Shroud could be a drawback. So they got rid of Hexproof and made Shroud instead, in part because people were playing it the wrong way, because intuitively you would think, well, that's weird. Why would my own creature keep me from being able to target it with something that is beneficial? Well, get in, hit ya. Oh, steal a land, of course. Always a land. We will play a Seasoned Pyromancer. We will discard Torbrand, Nykthos, and pass the turn. I'm brewing, not complete yet, a deck that will give Cody an Experimental Frenzy to an opponent with Harmless. It's junk, but could be fun. Oh, that sounds hilarious, Takato. I love it. Opponent, the Vault has scourged. Doubling season version 8B. See, I don't know how many of you followed it on Twitter or saw it on Twitter. The thing with Matt Sperling kind of going off a little bit about like Commander killing Pro Magic, which I mean, obviously I don't know how serious Matt was being. I mean, when you think about it, Matt is I always have found Matt to be very interesting. But if you think about it, Matt Sperling is known outside of being a pro player for Sperling Sick of It, which is like an article series that like humorously just like complains about things. So whenever I see Sperling saying things on Twitter, my first reaction is I don't even know if he's being serious or not. So that was kind of my immediate take, was I actually don't know if this is Sperling being serious or if he's just like kind of being hyperbolic and trolling a little bit. Oh, I don't really like Tournament Commander personally. 5 mana. Where? The Vault Scourge. Opponent sacks. Where the Cranial Plating. Go to combat. Hit ya. Ragavan, give us the treasures. Opponent takes their beating. Armchair General for the 19th month. Good to see you. Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super for you. Thank you. The Pathways are in the deck just to support Ragavan. Yeah, we might as well. Yeah, I might as well play it. Play a Springleaf Drum. Yeah, because Ragavan doesn't allow you to fix the mana for the cards that it hits. There's some very small chance that we might... Oh, that's a good one. That we might want to play a land on black to cast a black spell that we hit with Ragavan or something. So that's the idea. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Are we getting... Alright, unblockable, sure. I feel like we're in decent shape here. Opponent gets it, hits us. Sure. Another Ragavan. Well, let's make some mana. Chandra. Kill the Sojourner's Companion. Go to combat. Attack you. Hit you. We just seem to not draw like a cranial plating this turn, basically. Opponent goes to 5. Ooh, alright. Free Ornithopter. We will accept. Pass the turn. That's a blocker. That's a blocker. What was Vince's take on CDH? About it. Ornithops goes to combat. Pass. Oh, opponent. We have bad news for you. We have bad news. We will take up Chandra for mana. Annex. Make mana. Fanatic Amogus. And burn you out. Okay. I don't know why, but that actually worked super well that game. The ley lines might be part of it. They might be part of it. He said it was Legacy that were for people who were scared of Legacy. Opponent! Super nice. Gave the GGs. Gained some life. Not enough. The Fanatic Amogus. Too good. Too good. So Richard keeps trying to get me to play more. To play more CDH. Just to actually experience it outside of like Commander Clash games and whatnot. And I might have to give it a try. I don't know. For me, so for Richard sees it as like playing Legacy or Vintage or something. For him, it's very comparable. For me, I kind of feel like, well, if I wanted that experience, why wouldn't I just play like a Legacy League or a Vintage League or something? I don't really see the appeal of turning my Commander experience into something that's like Legacy, because I like Legacy and I like Commander. For me, they're very different things. For me, Commander is a time to like hang out with my friends, joke around, have a good time, and play some Magic. Like, that's what I value in Commander. Hey, good game, funny bud. And that's what I value in Commander. That's what I want to have happen. I want everyone to have a good time. I want to have a good time. And I just want to, have a fun game all around for the table. If I want to be spiky and I want to try to win, then I'll just I'll play Legacy. So I don't really see I don't see the appeal of turning my Commander experience into something more similar to Legacy when I just play both and have them both serve their own purpose. I mean, I don't have anything against CDH. Like, if you enjoy CDH, then you should play CDH because that's awesome, and you should play Magic however you enjoy it. So, not trying to say anything at all bad about CDH, but that's just how I view it. Opponent, more discard. Ugh. Our Leyline would actually been dealing some damage here. Oh, I'm glad they didn't take that Shatter Skull Smashing. That would have been painful. Well, tap land. Hit you. Yeah, these are the matchups where it seems like our deck struggles. Like, get hit by a bunch of discs. Oh no, is this Death Shadow? Ugh. How do we ever beat a deck like this? Dreadbore. Huh. Well, there's the ley line. Little late to the party, but it's on the battlefield. Your next Thoughtseize is gonna really hurt. Hey, what's up, Winter Milan? How are you? Yeah, the Thursday stream. Oh yeah, I guess that's true. Haha. They take our bolt, but they have to take 2 to do it. Cracks Polluted Delta. We desperately need a card draw effect. Magmatic Channeler. I'll play Annex. Pass the turn. Oh, boot it. So my introduction to Commander was CDH. The most benefits that it's given me is ability to more correctly identify threats and to play more optimally. Other than that, I think a mix of both casual and competitive both fits me best. Yeah, I mean, I think that's the most important thing. Finding what works for you. Hey, what's up, Mayon Egg? How are you? Welcome. Good to see you. Well, Fanatic Amogus. Hit you for a little. Go attacking. Opponent blocks. We get some tokens. Pass the turn. Apes of Wrath for the 11th month. Have you tried saying Naban Shamanamonicon? You should build it just as an excuse to say Naban Shamanamonicon. Naban Shaman Amanamonicon a bunch of times. I should. That is a pretty wonderful name. Yeah, the normal stream schedule is Monday and Tuesday afternoons, Thursday evenings. Oh, opponent gets the season Pyromancer. That is what we need. Yeah, normal stream schedule Monday, Tuesday afternoons, Thursday evenings, but then a wealth of Pyromancers are actually discarding Pyromancers. Okay, Fatal Push. Yep, opponent goes attacking. We draw a pretty useless land. Ugh, this is rough. Well, kick this little dork. DX Starman! Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big soup cheer for you. Thank you. Well, I think the difference in this one, other than our opponent having infinite discard spells, is basically our opponent drew a card draw and we didn't. You can see we've been living off the top of our deck, and this is, I think, one of the interesting questions about Leyline. Like, we got on a Leyline. The Leyline's probably dealt 4 damage, 6 damage, but we're going to lose because 6 damage does not kill our opponent. And if this had been more things that draw us cards, would we have been more likely to win the game? Or is it just, well, we drew a seasoned Pyromancer, but I think it's probably too late, unfortunately. Pass the turn. Well, we'll see. We're going to have to start chump blocking, which is super unfortunate. Opponent goes to combat. Attacks. Yeah. If we had been able to do this 1 turn earlier, we'd be good. But they have double season Pyromancer. So if we double block, we don't really have a clear path to winning. If we single block, if we didn't have to block here, then I think we win. 1, 2, because we could Torbrand and Fanatic Amogus, but I don't think we can double block. If we double block, we'd... Like, how do we win if we double block? We double block, we lose all of our devotion. We play Torbrand, we chump that, and then we're just locked. I think our only realistic shot is to single block. If we could not block at all, we just have game, but... Alright, so, opponent hits us. Down to 4. Passes. Yeah, we are 1 mana short. Ugh. Alright, so this is coming back. Well, we'll pass the turn. Oh, we need 1 mana. Now, if we attack with a Kavu, they just kill it with Seasoned Pyromancer tokens, I think. So I think what we got to do is we got to pass. We can get back Seasoned Pyromancer. We can double chump with the Pyromancer tokens. And if we draw land like Torbrand Fanatic Amogus that would be enough. Torbrand Fanatic Amogus would be enough. Opponent. It would have been lethal if we had yeah, they have multiple Pyromancers to make blockers with. Yeah, we just need 1 more mana. Opponent goes to combat. And also not to die. Goes to combat. Attack. And if we lose this, then we're super far away from... Then we aren't 1 land away from winning. Opponent's going to go attacking. Well, this ended up being close. Seasoned Pyromancer, get it back. Block and block. Ooh, come on, deck. Come on, deck. Show us a land. Untapped, please. Wow. Okay, now we gotta draw Fanatic Amogus. Was not expecting our opponent to 6 themselves, but... Okay, sure. Wow. Oh my god, that works. Oh my god. We hung in, and we're gonna win. Yes! Wow! Torbrand came through! Oh, okay, so I will say, yeah, we cheesed our opponent out hard. I will say that, I think I become a believer in the ley lines. Like, I think I became a believer in the ley lines. Still not convinced that Torbrand's worth it, although it did save us there. I actually think our opponent kind of maybe punted. Funny thing is, if our opponent didn't cast that Thoughtseize, they win. Paulo Suarez, welcome to the Midfold. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, apparently you just got to play a deck, the build by an MPL player, and you get MPL draws. Who would have guessed? Do we change anything? Probably not. Eidolons? Eidolons might jank them out. They do have a lot of cheap spells. I wonder if you could build... Have you ever seen Torbrand Commander decks? That are like Torbrands and like Mana Barbs. Anything that deals damage. They're kind of like mono red stack style decks. I wonder if it'd be possible to build something like that in Modern. Like Torbrands and Leylines and Mana Barbs and Eidolons, and just try to stack the opponent out essentially. Well, we can bring in relics, at least a couple. I feel like we have the possibility of getting off... Actually, maybe we just want Eidolons. Well, Eidolons hurt us, too. Well, let's bring in 2 Eidolons. Run it like that. I guess the score should be 1-0. You are correct. We did win our first round. Well, I mean... Other than not having protection for opponent's endless thought diseases, this hand looks pretty reasonable. Mountain and Relic of Progenitus. You know they're leaving up a boulder push. You know it. You know they are. Opponent thought seizes. What matchup are the Eidolons for? Anything where they can trigger a lot? I I don't know. I'm actually not sure what specific matchups I would bring them in against. I've been viewing them kind of as like cheese them out cards, jank them out cards. I mean, obviously against like Storm or something, it's insane, but I don't know how much of a thing that actually is in Modern. Storm is kind of like mid tier at this point. Well, get rid of the Thoughtseize. More relics. Well, play a land. Play Burning Tree Emissary. Get some mana. Harmonic Prodigy. Get some mana. I mean, at least the relics turn into cards eventually. Opponent does have removal. Well, exile the Bolt. Yeah, well, I'd probably bring it in against Affinity, although against Affinity, the issue is it's probably too slow. Like, the opponent has kind of already dumped their hand, usually, by, like, turn 1. Alright, so opponent, all the removal in the West. Play Relic. Shatter Skull Smashing. Pass the turn. Well, hopefully we can refuel with the Seasoned Pyromancer. Manamorphose is very powerful. Harmonic Prodigy in a Shaman Shell with Rage Forger would be worth trying in Modern. Yeah, we were actually doing that a couple streams ago. But yeah, it was fairly effective. It definitely could do some explosive things. Hey, now that you don't have that one elemental, why not look for cool wizards? Yeah, you could play wizards. I think the main, so this might be another one to actually find good wizards for, but if you could find some that have a lot of red mana symbols, that'd be very good. I definitely plan on doing a wizard Harmonic Prodigy deck at some point. Ugh, Fanatic Amogus. We know that. Well, we're just gonna have to Season Pyromancer. Discard. Make a token. Well, Nykthos is good, and another Season Pyromancer is good. Pass the turn. Yeah, we were playing Mono Red Devotion, and then we went 3-2, and then people wanted to see ley lines in action, so we decided to try Gab's build. Somewhat awkward, but yeah, I want to keep this Pyromancer if I can. About it. I mean, we've almost run our opponent out of cards here. Collective Brutality. Alright, opponent is completely out of cards. They cannot take our Seasoned Pyromancer. Okay, yeah, kill it, sure. Well, here we go. Opponent passes. Play the Mountain. Seasoned Pyromancer. Draw some cards. Ugh. Draw some bad cards, I mean. Go to combat. Hit ya. Opponent. Down to 6 seed past the turn. Can we close it out? Can we close it out? Opponent. I want some Ragavans for Grixis Delver. Yeah, Ragavan can go in a lot of different places. Alright, there's Crushy Crusherton. Opponent. Pass. Ooh. No. Relic. Chandra. Kill it. land, hit ya, and it's looking good. It's looking good at the moment. Opponent down to 13. We drew our card draw this time. Hey, what's up, Philosopher? How are you? Can our opponent answer the Chandra? Okay, another Collective Brutality. Sure. Opponent passes. Take up Chandra. No. Exile. Opponent down to 11. Hit ya down to 10. Is Ragavan a better one drop than Swift Spear? I think they are different. I think that Ragavan is very powerful, but I would not just take it out of my burn deck or whatever, prowess deck, and play Ragavan. An opponent up to 2-0. All right. maybe Gab is a genius. Why not cast Chandra? Plus, again, wouldn't it be the same? I think the upside is we can start making tokens with the 2 seasoned Pyromancers in the graveyard. So we cost ourselves a little bit of Chandra loyalty, but we have the mana to make 2 1/1 tokens. So the risk is our opponent has Lightning Bolt or something, and then we could get blown out and lose our Chandras altogether. But that's what I was thinking there. Like, lower loyalty is probably fine for getting the tokens going and hopefully closing out the game more quickly. Yeah, the deck has been working pretty well. I haven't played much Legacy. Has anyone played Legacy since Modern Horizons 2 came out? I know, talking to Joe, there was a real concern that Delver was going to be too good. And I've seen some Legacy players talking about it, like, on social media, that maybe it's going to be necessary to ban something from Delver decks. Hey, see ya, Ultraviolet. Thanks for hanging out. See you next week for another one, or on the YouTube in between. We'll start with a ley line. Yeah, very worried about getting hit by discard, so we're gonna play the smashing and bolt ourselves. Actually, the bigger concern in Legacy has been Dragon's Rage Channeler, giving the deck another 1-mana 3/3 flyer. Yeah, Daze seems to be the card that people have kind of coalesced around. I wouldn't mind seeing Daze gone. Daze is just not a especially enjoyable card, I don't think. I've never really enjoyed playing against Daze, or for the most part with Daze either. Like, kind of a lose-lose in that sense. It's not like super fun to play with, and it's not fun to play against. I think Pauper got better since they banned it. Hey, you're welcome, Lone Leaf Art. Yeah, that deck is fun. There's actually we've been playing a ton of Modern lately, but there's actually some historic action coming up tomorrow for Mucha Brew. Oh, Batterskull. You know, and I think we actually dash this and make our opponent block with Stoneforge, and if they do, I think it's worth it. And if they don't, maybe we hit a Thoughtseize. Wow, they do. Alright. Well, Sunmake Canyon go. I'm surprised. That means I can't put Batterskull into play. Days. The days of days. Oh, they just have all of them. Alright, that makes more sense. The days of days are coming to an end indeed. Opponent, March Flats, gets a sword. Well, play a Torbrad. Go. Once they start getting life, though, we're going to have an issue. Watery Grave tapped. Opponent. Apparently, Days. Apparently, Esper Control has been slightly more popular. I've kind of been fine with Stoneforge in Modern. It hasn't really... I feel like it's created new decks in a pretty good way overall. Voidwalker. Opponent. How do we beat a Batterskull? That's the issue. Yeah, exclamation point deck will take you to the deck list. Or deck list, either way. Opponent passes. I mean, Stoneforge has gotten better with Calder being printed. That is also true. Well, Burning Tree Emissary. Makes a mana. Fanatic of Mogus. Hit ya. Oh, if it wasn't for Batterskull. If it wasn't for Batterskull, we'd have it. But the Batterskull's going to gain our opponent enough life. Opponent, Batterskull. Oh. We got double Stoneforged. Opponent. So this puts him up to 11. And it has Vigilance, so he can't attack. Yeah, maybe. I mean, we're not going to scoop, but if our opponent has removal, it falls apart, right? Or Thoughtseize to go with Voidwalker, which seems like the kind of thing they'd be setting up. Yeah, Batterskull is very good against decks trying to win with damage. About it. Deep in the tank, deep in the tank. So anyone doing anything sweet this weekend? Yeah, we don't want to. I don't think we want to trade because they still have the Stoneforge, so they can just pay 3 and pick up Batterskull and put it back into play. So it's a very temporary solution. I think our hope is they don't have a Thoughtseize. They go to 11. We cast this and just cross our fingers that it works. Ooh, Beach Party. That sounds fun, Lucid. Aw, that's nice, Sidewinder. Tell your brother happy birthday. Be home, try not to die of heat stroke. Yeah, good luck with that. I cannot believe that heat. That's ridiculous. Wow, what is our opponent doing? Ooh, your boyfriend is meeting your parents. That's exciting, Mayonnaise. Do you think it'll go well? That's always a nerve-wracking experience. Opponent has a Teferi. Bounces Torbrand. Wow, goes to 3. That puts us a damage short, though. Oh! No, it doesn't work, though, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And our opponent's going to go to 7? So our opponent actually... Wow. I don't know if they're doing this on purpose or on accident, but they are... They're somehow playing around this Fanatic of Mogus ridiculously well. I don't even know if that's what they're trying to do, or if they're just, like, stumbling into it, but it is working. Yeah, alright. Yeah, I mean, it is pretty amazing how well they played around that. Like shot, like those are weird, weird. Yeah, all right, sure. Those are weird, weird, weird decisions. Decisions to make for no apparent reason. Like killing. Why would you kill that Bloodbraid Elf? The Bloodbraid Elf is. I don't know. I mean, obviously, not accusing anyone of Steam typing because who knows, but those were odd decisions. Because there was like a really long delay where the game was going back and forth very normally, and then we get to that turn, and there was like a 3 minute, 4 minute, 5 minute delay, and then our opponent came back and made a bunch of like very less than intuitive plays that just happened to play around the Fnatic Amogus that that we had it at. So, eh, interesting, I would say. So we will go down the Torbrand. We will go down the Annex. We'll go up the Wear Tears. Maybe go down a Prodigy and a. Huh. Let's go 2 Blood Moons. Run it like that. Is Blood Moon good here? It's depends on how quickly we get it down. If we can get it down on turn 2 off of Ragavan, it's great. If we get it down on turn 3, it's hit or miss. Hey, what's up, Elf? We've been playing some Mono Red Devotion. It's been going pretty well. We went 3-2, and right now in our second league we're 2-0, although down a game. I would feel bad if opponent came back to watch a VOD later and got accused of sniping and they weren't. Well, I don't accuse anyone of sniping because, I mean, the only people that I've ever, and even then it wasn't accusing people of sniping, but we've had a couple of people who, like, literally are proud of sniping. where they, like, literally are, like, talking about it in the chat, like, haha, I'm watching your stream, tell Twitch hi, I'm gonna look at your hand, you should play this card. Then I feel pretty safe to say that someone's sniping because they're just being very upfront about it. But I am 1,000,000% like just because you never know, you 100% don't know, and I would hate to accuse someone of sniping and have them not be sniping. So, and the other thing is, I don't actually really care if people snipe. I stream to hang out with all of you. Like that's the main reason to stream. If you want to come in. If you want to come in, hang out in the chat, I don't know, leave a sub, give me a thumbs up, a like, and we're good. So I don't know. I know some streamers it really bothers them, and that's fine because I can understand, especially if your main focus is just winning. I can definitely understand how that would be ridiculously frustrating to be playing for the top of 8 of a tournament and then lose to someone that's stream sniping. But I kind of take more the you just gotta roll with it if you're streaming attitude. Alright, they fragmentize a ley line. The ley lines have actually been sweet. Sweeter than I expected them to be. I'll get you with a Ragavan. Opponent goes to 12. I'm actually thinking maybe we want 4 ley lines. They've just felt like very good overall. We will play Harmonic Prodigy. Pass the turn, opponent down to 12. Yeah, opponent spent a card to take 4 damage and kill a ley line. No. They haven't really randomly hosed anyone. Oh no. This again. Inner school. Oh wait, play a land. Add mana. Fnatic Amogus. Double trigger. Hit you for 10. This is turn 3. Oh! That was one of our best games. And that was Leyline driven. Johnny Blanco, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super cheer for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So Leyline of Combustion is, it can start in play like all ley lines, and then whenever you or one of your things are targeted, your opponent has to take 2 damage. Yeah, that's the answer to the Stoneforge. Just kill them real fast. Yeah, I kind of feel like I would play the 4th. The damage has been surprisingly relevant. I would say that a couple of our wins have actually been because of it. It works with Torbrand, and it stacks up with all of our other stuff. I mean, I think we keep this, although I'm really worried that if our opponent has turn 1 Thoughtseize and takes Shatter Skull Smashing, alright, okay. We will go unpunished. We almost got to see the risk of the MDFCs. Well, tap land, go. It does happen once in a while. What would you take out? I don't actually know if the Torbrand's worth it. I'm not convinced that Torbrand's worth it, so I might just cut the Torbrand. How many non-permanent spells is the deck playing? Oh dear. Well, GG. So Grief, Ephemerate, pitching, another Grief, takes a bolt. Oh, okay. Well, this does let them Stoneforge Batterskull. Well, at least we didn't get Grief Ephemerated. Yeah, I might just cut the Torbrand for the 4th. For the 4th Ephemerate. Play the Pathway past the turn. Definitely should have played the land untapped. Really? You think it's worth 3 damage? What can they do on turn 1 that if they have Cauldra, we're... Oh no, they have Cauldra. Oh, we are up a creek. Oh dear. Yeah, that's sad. Well, play a land. Play a Burning Tree Emissary. And they have Batterskull. Yeah, this is a little good. A little good for our opponent. Calder's messed up. It's going to be interesting to see how it all shakes out. It might be that... Yeah, it might be that Cauldra is... Like, Cauldra in Stoneforge is one thing. Like, I don't think Cauldra in Stoneforge is that good in just... like Martyr proc or just some random deck. But in a deck that is built around making it happen, I think it's insanely powerful. Like a deck that's playing 10 plus discard spells for turn 1, and then following that up with Cauldra off of Stoneforge on turn 3. I wouldn't be surprised. Like, we 5-0'd with a deck like this super easily. I wouldn't be surprised to find out that this is one of the best things going in Modern. I wouldn't even be a little bit surprised. Our deck just doesn't have an answer for it. I mean, there are answers. Not for Mono Red, especially. I don't know if they're... I mean, I'm sure there's some random draft common that actually does it, but there's not a super playable mono red answer. So things that exile artifacts can get rid of it. You can also slow it down quite a bit by exiling or killing the token. Little bit tricky because it's indestructible, but like Path to Exile gets rid of it. Dismember would get rid of it. So there's still things that can answer it. Although it does dodge a huge portion of the most playable removal. Well, no lands, no keep. Hand would have been good otherwise. Well, I guess we'll keep this. Couldn't you run Shattering Blow? I mean, you could. I think the question is the narrowness too much of a problem? Like, 2 mana only kill a artifact is it is better against Calder for sure because you get rid of the artifact. The question is it worth getting wrecked by an enchantment that you can't kill or something? One of the things that comes up a lot in Modern is such a broad format, and there's so many. What is our opponent doing? Oh, jeez. Modern is such a broad format, and there's so many different decks that you have to be able to deal with that a lot of times you need to value flexibility over the best thing to kill a certain card. If we get to the point where Caldra is the top card in the meta and it's played in a huge percentage of decks, then I think it would probably be worth heading that direction. But currently I don't think I'm quite to the point of doing that yet. I don't play a Burning Tree. Oh, jeez. All right. I'll go attacking. Opponent goes to 19, cracks the Delta. Yeah. Ooh. Well, we'll see. Opponent taps. Yeah, this is probably gonna be bad. Opponent. It's called a Darn. Passes. Well, we will attempt to play a magic card. Opponent. Oh, Jesus. All right. Archmage's Charm. Well, we will get in for 1. Well, our opponent's temporarily down to 1 card, but once the Jace or Teferi hits, then it might be concession time. I don't know. I don't know if I got the miracle grind in me. They print lots of Tron and MH2. Even the BB Shadow guy stealing Ulamog is brutal. Yeah, definitely the Voidwalker is very good against Tron if you're backing it up with a bunch of discard. Hey Seth, what games do you go to when you feel Magic burnout? Arena's gotten stale for me recently. Ooh, therapy. So I mostly just go back and forth between different formats. So when Arena gets, Arena E in Horrible. Jeez. Alright, get in for 1. About it. Untaps. Then I usually switch to playing Legacy or Modern or something like that. So that's kind of been my technique. Opponent cracks the bobble. Passes. Draws another card. Entreat the Angels. And we... Well, you're not going to see Entreat the Angels very much, but we will scoop it up. Huh. Well, that was not much of a game. That was our opponent kill, counter, 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 Entreat the Angels for 16 power game. That was it. There was not much Magic to be played in that one. That is for sure. So Torbrand, pretty bad. I guess Yearling. Run it like that. Is it worth it to get into Moto? I mean, I really like Moto. It really depends on how you feel about it. Some people are like, I can't stand the graphics. Other people are like, I like it way better than Arena. It's way more understandable and cleaner than for me. So I like it, but it but it really depends on you. It definitely is a lot different than Arena. If you're used to Arena, it's going to be a bit of an adjustment. Magic Online, you can do a lot more with it. It has a lot more formats. It has a lot more control over the games themselves, with you being able to set phases, be able to like animate combos and so forth. So it does way more than Arena does, but at the same time, it's not as smooth. It does not have. It does not have all the. Oh, jeez. Yeah. It doesn't have the most up to date graphics, so I guess it goes both ways. You can trade cards, you can buy cards, you can sell your collection once you're done with it. So yes, think of Moto basically like paper Magic. That's probably the best way to think of it. Moto is trying to be the closest replication of paper Magic possible in digital form. Like that is Moto's goal. It's not supposed to be like a video game. It's not supposed to be flashy, but it is like a paper Magic simulator basically. I think is probably the best way I could describe it. And they do have loan programs, which can be incredibly helpful when you're starting off and getting cards. Like that's usually what I recommend to people is to if you don't have a collection at all, check out one of the loan programs. You can play some cheap decks and try things out basically for free. There's Card Hoarder has a free 5-ticket load program, which 5 tickets is not going to get you this deck or like a tier modern deck or anything, but it is enough that you can do things with. So yeah, I would definitely recommend it. Well, all right, that was brutal. That was brutal. There was 0 Magic played that match. I don't think we had a non-land card on the battlefield that match. Well, this is it. Last match of the night. So apparently I think this is a 3-2 deck when it comes down to it, or somewhere in that range. It seems like it's a 3-2-2-3 kind of deck, with or without the ley lines. Doesn't matter what build you play. Like, it does good things, but it also has a lot of consistency issues. It has some amount of consistency issues, is my overall feeling. So, one more. Yeah, that's kind of how it feels with me. It has matchups, like, the matchups that we've lost with either build of the deck, it feels like we absolutely can't win. We can't beat a Caldra. Never, ever, ever. We can't beat Death Shadows. Pretty much ever. And Control is pretty rough. I guess there's a chance we beat anything if we have some crazy turn 3 Nykthos combo draw, which is pretty rare. But I think it has some, but then it also does some really good things. It has some good matchups. It can kind of grind. It can do explosive things, but 3-2-2-3 sounds about right. All right, last match. Can we finish with a 3-2? Get one more treasure chest. We're about to find out. All right, we lose the die roll. But yeah, I like Magic Online a lot, so I would personally recommend it. Well, all right. Chingatha. Oh, Tron. Could be something else, but probably Tron. Well, we will see. Show us those Blood Moons. We got the Ragavad. Oh, not Tron. Mount it. Wow. If we're up against Burn, this is going to be hilarious. We might get the freebie. Yes. Yes, yes, yeah. Oh, Bobble. Alright, so they're not traditional burn at least. About it, Bobbles. Cracks the bobble, takes a peek. Try out Petty Dreadful sometimes. Super fun because you're forced to brew and fight combos. Only using cheap Moto cards. Every match is against the odds. That does sound fun. I think it's something that I will probably check out eventually. Opponent deep in the tank. Well, land and lightning bolt. Pass the turn. Opponent. Yeah, I think the hard part. You are cool, Berserker. I think the hard part is it's not one of the officially supported formats, and that makes it more challenging. When you have to like go to Discords to get games, I've never really gotten super deep into any of those style of formats. Well, let us, yearling, kill you. I mean, we're the one drop assassin. Pota keeps playing the one drops, we keep killing the one drops, while they still are playing the one drops, okay. About it. Passes. Well, mounted. Play Harmonic Prodigy. Dasher Agavon. Go attacking. Opponent blocks. Trades. Drops to 18. Untaps with one land. Yeah, it would be super helpful if it could be supported. So you could just like go to a queue and play it or whatever. But yeah, I mean, there's other formats that they get by. So it's not a deal breaker. It just makes me less likely to check them out. All right, opponent gonna lava dart, take some damage. And pass. Well, let's Fanatic of Mogus. Hit you for 8. Fanatic of Mogus Harmonic Prodigy is pretty hilarious. Vote it down to 8. Pass the turn. And this ley line is going to make it really hard for opponent to hit our stuff. Or they're just going to die. No, they're Soulscar Mage. Sure. Well, we might be giving the kids one more little snag. Lava Dart. Willing to take the damage. Sure. Down to 6. Wow, these ley lines have been good. Do it again. Wow, down to 4. No fear, no fear. Opponent goes attacking. Sure, we'll take it. Down to 15. Now let's just season Pyromancer. Discard, draw. Discard, draw. Play the land. Stomp your face. Go to combat. Leyline of Combustion won us this game. Unfit Parrot, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super cheer for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, about it. Down a game. Can we close it out? Well, we'll go down the Blood Moon. Go up an Eidolon, I guess, and run it like that. Okay. We might be just getting 2/3/2s with two slightly different versions of Devotion. Bring an Eidolon. I feel like our opponent also can take advantage of Eidolon, though. Like, almost as well as we can. We'll bring in 2. How about 2? I feel like our opponent can also take advantage of it, which scares me. The ley line was insane though. Like I almost think we mulligan somewhat aggressively for a ley line because ley line. I'm not sure how our opponent beats that. Yeah, I guess that's true. We can't jump with them. Yeah, let's find a ley line. I mean, our opponent has creatures, so they still have a shot. They're better suited than some burn decks, but it still seems very good against their deck. All right. What do we got for game number 2? Hmm. Uh. Yeah, let's mulligan. All right. There is a ley line. We are going to need a land. Well, we got the ley line. We got the Eidolon for better or worse. Yeah, opponent's playing just like mono red Jangotha, aggro, burn ish. Yeah, Ragavan has been decent. It hasn't been like super broken, but it's been good. Opponent gets in, hits us. Well, that's a land. Mountain go. Opponent cracks, takes a peek, draws a card. I built Scytheth's a new enchantress for EDH. It's super fun and super cheap. Ooh, that sounds sweet, Kaju. I'd love to see your list. That sounds super sweet. Opponent hits us down to 17. And light up the stage. Bolt and light up the stage. Arid Mesa cracks it, lights up the stage. Oh yeah, that deck was super fun, Vishto. I'm sure we'll play another version of it because it was really sweet to play. Bolt and a Soulscar Mage. Sure. Well, Pathway. Eidolon. Go. Oh, Poda. Yeah, I'd love to see the list. Do you think Blue-Red Breach Emrakul is still a thing in the meta? Yeah. I mean, it's still putting Emrakul into play is always good. A hasty Emrakul still wins games, so yeah. I don't think it's. I would say it's probably second tier somewhere in there right now, but. Did Seth play some Panharmonicon plus MH2 card deck on stream so far that I missed? We haven't played literal Panharmonicon. We've been playing Panharmonicons, versions of Panharmonicon, like Harmonic Prodigy, but we haven't been playing a literal Panharmonicon. Yeah, playing an actual Panharmonicon deck could be sweet. About at 17. We're about due. It's just tough because Modern's pretty fast right now. Manamorphose. So that would be the challenge. About it. Soulscar Mage. Wow, alright. Lightning Bolts hits us for 2. Well, we'll see. We go to 14, we go to 10. About it hits us. Well, we will Burning Tree Emissary. About it. Just put a tempo deck with Urza's Saga and Weir to do the Panharmonicon. Ooh, yeah, Urza Saga Panharmonicon could be sweet. It doesn't trigger on it though, does it? 4 mana. Well, Fanatic Amogus hit you to 7. We'll see. This is gonna be close. Opponent plays a bobble. Uh-huh. Opponent cracks the bobble. Wow, cracks Sunbait Canyon. Desperate, desperate, desperate. Land. Manamorphose. Still 2 mana. Opponent. Soulscar Mage. Dragon's Rage Channeler. Goes attacking. Ooh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is there any way we can win here? Is there any way? Ooh, that looks I like the Sithis list. That looks super sweet. And it is pretty budget friendly. Yeah, I think that is definitely a super sweet new commander. I'm sure we'll be doing some more Mono Red Hollow one at some point. Huh. Alright, we go to 4. Opponent gets to draw a card. Mountain. Make some mana. Kill Dragon's Rage Channeler. Go to combat. Attack. Opponent does block. Alright. Oh boy! Opponent untaps. Fiery Islet. Cracks it to draw a card. So close. Dragon's Rage Channeler. Dragon's Rage Channeler. Opponent passes. We go to combat. We attack. Wow, that is... Opponent's top of their deck was 3 Dragon's Rage Channelers in a row. Opponent blocks. Yeah. And that does it. Whoo! Hey, I'm gonna kill you, guy. You've made it right for the last game of the stream. Wait, what? What are we punting to, Luke? I'm curious. I'm curious what would draw the punting out of that. Wait, how are we not dead? They have 2 Dragon Rage Channelers, 3/3. They have 2 3/3 flyers. I'm very confused. How many channels does Goldfish have on Twitch? Just this one, as far as I'm aware. All right, last game of the night. No, Bone Crusher's good. We don't have a Leyline, unfortunately. About it, Mountain. Dragon's Rage Channeler. Well, play the Mountain. Stomp the Dragon's Rage Channeler. Pass the turn. Yeah, I mean, I guess maybe we could have survived for one more turn, but I don't think there was a way that leads to us winning. Wow, this deck is weird. This deck is playing... I guess this deck is just playing all the 1-drops, apparently. Opponent gets in, hits us. Well, kill Dragon's Rage Channeler. Pass the turn. About it. We've seen like 1,000,000 Dragon Rage Channelers. Like 50 million. Yeah, I guess. I don't even know. Maybe. I guess it's Mono Red Prowess. About it. What are you doing? Wooded Foothills. Cracks it. Mountain. Goes to combat. Attacks. Faithless Salvaging. Sure. Discards a land. Down to 17. About it. Light up the stage. Good golly. Two more one drops. I don't play a land. Play Harmonic Prodigy. Play Harmonic Prodigy. Oh! Opponent is his. Yeah, I think we're done. About it. Faithless Salvaging. I do not know how we overcome this amount of one drops and fast start. You gotta be kidding. Hoi! Alright. Yeah, everything's coming up in our opponent's favor at the moment. That's for sure. I mean, I guess they just had the dream. Yeah, it's in it, it says. Sure. Chandra. Why not? Kill Dragon's Rage Channeler. Pass the turn. About it. Wow, what a hand. Gee, never runs out of action over there. Never a land off the top. Metamorphose for our opponent. Triggers Prowess into a Lava Dart to trigger Prowess. Into oh, well, thank you. Another Lava Dart. Yeah. Well, I mean, I guess our opponent just had the Mono Red Prowess hand of the century over there. Well, we will play a Seasoned Pyromancer. Discard a couple cards. And pass the turn. I mean, we're not literally dead this turn, but we are in a position where it is going to be very, 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 very unlikely that we are able to win from 4 life. Oh, boat it. Cracks their bobble. Goes attacking. Watch him be slow rolling a spell this whole time. Do some blocking. Alright. Opponent gets to draw another card. Well, we will play a Bone Crusher Giant. Ragavan. Go to combat. Hit you for 1. Oh, boot it. Untaps. Back up to 3 cards in hand. Plays a land that draws a card. Sacks a land to draw a card. Yeah, that start was just ridiculous. The double lightning bolts to get empty-handed on their upkeep so they could also draw an extra card off of that Faithless rummage it. I mean, what are we supposed to do about that? What in the world are we supposed to do about what is happening? How can you defeat an opponent who draws 3 lands out of 23 cards? About it. Untaps. And. Alright, top deck's Lightning Bolt number 3. Jeez, well, well, that was one of the greatest mono red prowess hands I've ever seen. So, oh, that was a long one. We did 2 full leagues. So, what did we learn? And I think mono red prowess or mono red devotion, it's fun. I think it needs some tuning. The ley lines were good, but honestly, we had a better record with our non-ley line version. So I don't know. I guess it just depends on the matchups. I think it could do some cool things. We got to see some cool Harmonic Prodigy games where we just kind of like go off and double Fanatic Amogus, hit double Burning Tree that's really sweet. On the other hand, there were some matchups that felt unwinnable. Like the deck cannot beat a Caldra. It'll never beat Caldra Complete in a million years. Or Dash Shadow. Control felt really bad. So I don't know how that shakes out. It's a cool archetype though, and it plays cool cards and it does fun things, which is the most important thing. But on that note, Gabe, yeah, the second list we played that went 2 and 3 was Gab's list. On that note, everyone, I believe that brings us to the end of our stream for tonight and for this week. But we'll be back on Monday for the next stream. So reminders on the way out the door. Replay YouTube. That's where you'd find the old stream, normal YouTube. Tons of stuff going up on there, modern, historic, etc. A reminder that our sponsor tonight is Card Kingdom. And if you need some magical cards, you can go to cardkingdom.com. Even get a free MTG Goldfish sticker. So thank you to Card Kingdom for supporting the show. Most importantly, thank you to all of you. Y'all are amazing and awesome, and I love all you. Thanks for hanging out this week and having fun. We'll be back on Monday to do it again. So until then, everyone, have a great night. Have a great weekend. Again, I appreciate y'all. Seriously, you're amazing, and I will talk to you soon.